Please wait while I turn everything on like an idiot. There we go. Oh dear. How we doing, guys? We doing okay, like. Oh, hang on. Let me find a pair of socks because my feet are cold. How we doing? We doing okay? We doing well? Good. Superb. What happened to Dankest Dungeon? It's true. I have no idea what happened to Dankest Dungeon. It's a bit of an old one. This game's been out for a little while, actually. I think it's been patched a few times. Well, I say, like, it's obviously been patched a few times since I last played it, but I don't know whether there's been any new content added. I did add a couple of mods just now, adding an extra class and a wider colour palette for the champions kind of thing. So yeah, let's see how things get on. I mean, like I say, it's been a while since I last played this game. I've never actually finished it. It's a bit like Cold Waters in that regard. I always end up restarting before I end up finishing. So it's one of those ones. Just sorting out a few things, and then we'll be good to go. So I hope everyone's having sort of a good afternoon and a good morning so far. Yeah, there's sort of not much going on with me at the moment. Just been watching or catching up on Vikings, the show that's, I don't know if it's an Amazon exclusive. I don't think it is. It's pretty sure it's on Netflix as well. But yeah, really good program. I think I'm on season 4 now. I can't remember. Season 4 maybe. Oh, I can't remember. So yeah, that's been really good. Yeah, apart from that, not much else to say. Just chain watching a bit of the old Vikings. Now, Darkest Dungeon. Like I say, it's been a while since I've played this, and it's one of those few games that you can actually it's very good for streaming, because you're able to name characters after people, which is pretty nice. And the whole well, in fact, we'll watch the intro cutscene, and you can kind of divulge what it's all about for yourself. So, here we go. Let's load up the game. I'm not sure whether I've got a game capture for Darkest Dungeon. Surely, somewhere I do. I don't. Okay, let me make one. Darkest Dungeon? Oh, I've got caps locks on. Dungeon. Right, browser source. That one. Lovely. And then this here and that there. And game capture, I guess. I don't know. We'll call it capture 3. Then we'll load up the game. Oh yes, bit of live bug fixing. Agree to the terms of service. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, and then if I go specific window, not going to do anything. Hang on, specific window, there it is. Darkest Dungeon, let's see if this works.
Ruin has come to our family.
Oh.
You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor.
Why is
I
that?
lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor. Fattened by decadence and luxury.
Why is it shitting its pants? Sorry, the bitrate's really low for like no reason. Hang on. Why doth it buffer? 0.5 FPS. Hang on. Why is it doing that? Just give me a second. We'll watch the intro cutscene again. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Why is that shit in its pants? That's really strange. Oh, there we go. Why was it... Okay, that was really weird. That Darkest Dungeon was using up all of my network data then. I don't know what the fuck that was. I haven't a clue. Right. I mean, just skip that. And then we can reload it. Okay. Lots of very loud music. Oh, the Shield Breaker DLC. What's this? Haven't a clue. Shieldbreaker brings an all-new recruitable hero into Darkest Dungeon. It's only £2.89, but to be honest, mods do a better job. Right. It's very loud, I know that much. We're going to delete Dankest Dungeon. Can I change these settings from here? Yes. Options, audio. Mute music while in background. Right. There we go. Sorry. Turn the music up for you. Righto. So, I guess we'll just raise that just a little bit more. There we go. And we'll just drop the music a little bit. There we go. Right then. So, Darkest Dungeon. It's very difficult to explain this game. So I'm just going to put the cinematic intro on again, and I'll leave you to sort of feed your brain with the video that comes on, and you can get a rough idea as to what we're going to be doing. How fast do you become salty? I've played this game before, so I know that it's in some cases it's total bullshit. It can't be any worse than Tharsis, though. I think Tharsis is a good conditioning game for this. So I'm going to put the intro cinematic back on, and then we're going to load up a save and see what all the rest of it's about. So, lovely. I'll leave you to just watch this. I'll shut up.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity. Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the Darkest Dungeon.
Lovely. So, that's the intro cutscene. So, what you need to know about that is that your dad's an asshole and he got bored, bloody just stabbing any harlot in bed. And, yeah, basically, he got bored, he opened a portal to the underworld or something, and now he's shot himself in the head and he wants you to come home and claim the estate. And that's it. So you have to come back home and basically have to hire mercenaries to clear out the dungeons in and around the village that you live in. So it's all, I know, yeah, what the fuck, Dad? It's serious. It's like, but the game's pretty solid, so we'll show you what is going on. August, how you doing, mate? Nice recap. Yeah, that's can't say much else. So we're gonna go. What do we do? Radiant campaigns, while still challenging, are adjusted to be faster and more forgiving than the normal. Suggested for your first Darkest Dungeon experience. Normal campaigns are for the original setting for the game. While there is no time limit to win, the campaign will be longer, more challenging than Radiant mode. Now, this is an interesting one. Which one do you think we should do? Like, the Radiant campaign is still relatively difficult, but it is shorter. It's basically designed to accelerate, because basically the winning in this game takes about 45-46 hours. Like, it is not... that's how long it takes to win the average campaign on Darkest. On Radiant, they slashed that down to about 20 hours. So, what do people think about that? I mean, the difficulties are pretty much very similar. And you've got Stygian. I'm not sure. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon's the vanilla experience, if you like. If it's your first time, Radiant will make you sweat for sure. Yeah, we'll do Darkest, I think. We'll do Dankest. Just because it's not my first rodeo on the Darkest Dungeon, I understand how the mechanics and stuff work. So we'll go with the Darkest campaign. Darkest of Darkness. There we go. Darkest of Darkness without the space in. How long do I plan on streaming for? Oh, you'll get a couple of hours out of me. Here's the second intro cutscene.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Lovely. Right, so, with the stagecoach destroyed and the caretaker gone, you will have to make the journey to the hamlet on foot, the old road. So this is basically like the introduction cutscene, or like the introductory level. We get two characters, who we will name once we get to the hamlet. But yeah, basically the idea is that you are a band of mercenaries hired by me, Head Honcho Joe. Honjo. Yeah, fucking hell. By the big boss, that's me. And yeah, we're gonna go and fucking sort some shit out, basically. So let's load everyone in. Okay, so navigation, yes, we'll be able to see sort of what's going on. So, the way this game works is you can use A and D to move sort of left to right. Advancing forward is to the right. Going left is obviously regressing on yourself. We've got two mercenaries here. We've got a Crusader and we've got a Highwayman. Each good at different things. So what we need to do is we need to move to the next room. So that happens down here on this little navigation panel. There are 4 different tiles that we will move across to get to the next room. Anything could happen in any one of those 4 tiles, so we need to be careful.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Lovely. So, we just took a little bit of stress damage. So stress is just as important as your health bar in this. There are basically negative and positive quirks, they're called, that can affect your champion. Or a mercenary in this case, ailments if you like. The higher your stress meter gets, you will get a negative or a small chance to get a positive affliction in a very stressful scenario. Things like blood being thrown on you, I butchered that, stressful incantations and things like that. Seeing your allies get hit by critical hits and maybe even dying all add to the stress meter. Once you reach 100 stress, you get a negative ailment, and if you ever reach 200 stress, your mercenary dies of a heart attack. So stress is just as important as your HP bar. Oh!
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
So this is turn-based combat, okay? So, as best as we can see it here, if we click on this guy, he's got a speed of 3. You can see, I can't mouse over it, but down and around here you'll see his stats. So he's got 15% protection, which means I believe he takes 15% less damage, is that right? Doesn't say for sure. I believe he takes 15% less damage. He has a 2 chance to dodge, which means if we roll a 2, then there's a chance that he'll dodge it. And also a speed of 3. Now, my Crusader here only has a speed of, I don't know. Won't let me click him. Why won't it let me click you? all the fun and joy. Basically, we can assume that this guy is probably going to go next. We can't say for sure, but it's yeah, action points. I'm not sure. All we know is that the Highwayman's going first. With a speed of 3, he probably will go next. Chances are the Crusader here has only got 3. So, now we get to the combat in the game. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, by the way. What we've got is turn-based combat. So, whoever has the higher speed, it works down the line. Similar to sort of almost like a Divinity Original Sin, if you've seen that. So what we're going to do is we've got 2 spells that can be used from second position here. Pistol Shot can only be used against people in the back 3. So you can see the coloured dots there on Pistol Shot. If you imagine that there's 1 through 4 positions. So the Crusader there is in position 1, Highwayman's in position 2, and then position 3 and 4 are just behind him. I can only hit people in the same area of there. So basically the Highwayman in front of me, he's in position 1, which means the Pistol Shot can't hit him, hence why it's greyed out. This is an AoE blast, which has a minus 60% damage modifier, and then we've got this tracking shot. So I think basically the sensible thing to do is open a vein here. It's got 95% accuracy, it's got a good bleed chance for 2 points of damage for 3 rounds, so 6 HP. This won't last that long. And it also lowers his speed by 1, lowers the target speed by 1. So, what we're going to do is we're going to open a vein on the target for 8 damage. He's resisted the bleed. The Crusader goes next. The Crusader has got a speed of 1, interesting, but he gets minus 2 speed. In fact, no, actually, I beg your pardon, we're going first because we've surprised him. It's been a while since I played. So yeah, Crusader, what have we got? Lots of frontline spells from the looks of things. We've got Smite, Zealous Accusation, which is an AoE. We've got a Stunning Blow, and a Bulwark of Faith, which marks a target, or marks himself as a target, but also protects himself for plus 25%, so he takes less damage. So let's just go for the basic attack, the Smite. Let's just try and kill him.
Continue the onslaught.
There we go.
Destroy them all.
Brilliant. So the guy drops 750 gold. Killerfish are going to get rid of By the way, Killerfish are going to get rid of the distance option in the engagement screen for Cold Waters. Instead, they are using an algorithm to decide where you spawn, so just ignore it and prepare for the worst. Jesus Christ, okay. Let me correct it. At 100 stress level, the character will undergo a willpower check, that's right, which has about a 25% chance of success, which would award him a positive attitude, which occasionally reducing others' stress levels. If the check fails, he receives some negative attitude, which gives the others stress, and at 200 stress, he'll be on death's door, which will only opens him up to killing blow. I see. I think that mechanic might have slightly changed. I can't quite remember. I seem to remember it differently, but if that's how it is, then I won't question it. So let's rock and roll. Let's get down this tunnel here. We've got a camp of sorts. Let's see what's in this camp. Let's go for the Highwayman. Let's check it for supplies. Someone left their valuables inside the tent.
Waiting to be spent.
Emerald for 750 gold and another 750 gold.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Lovely. We've also got this torchlight mechanic. You can see here that basically as the torchlight dims, things get harder for us. So now that the torchlight has dropped below 80% here, or 75%, we now take more stress damage than we would usually. But because it's still relatively high, we've got a dim light, we have a higher chance to dodge, a higher chance to scout, which is reveal what are in the rooms around us, and also a better chance to surprise monsters. So let's go into the next room.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
So, we've got a large character here. He's got 35 HP, which is a hell of a lot. That's more of either of my characters have got. But he takes up 2 positions. So this guy's so large, he's in first and second position, and this guy at the back is in third. So we'll open up with the Highwayman, I think. We could go for Tracking Shot, but there's not much point. We could go for Pistol Shot. Tracking Shot, bypass stealth, de-stealth. I'm not sure what that means. Again, stuff has changed since I last played it. We get plus 12% damage though. We can't mark the target. We could grape shot for an AoE, or we could just shoot the guy. But how much damage does this shot do? It does between 4 and 8 damage. If we roll high, we might be able to kill him with a grape shot next turn. But we'd have to roll high on each case. I think what's probably better is that we open a vein on this guy, because he's got very low bleed chance. So let's just start. In fact, what I'll do is I'll hit the back guy with some damage. We'll go for a pistol shot on the back guy. Nice. Lovely. Survive the pushback. Gets blanket fired for 1 damage each. That's not too bad. Both of them are debuffed with less dodge chance. That's not terrible. Right, so with this guy we need to go... I'm probably going to go in for a stunning blow, I think, just so he loses his turn. That, or we could chunk him for some HP. Let's stun him. There we go. So he'll lose his turn next time. Goes for a blanket shot. Misses us both. We can go for a grape shot now to do damage to the guy at the back and the front.
Confidence
there we go.
as the enemy crumbles.
Go away. Go on. Shoot. Bloody cat. Right, so this guy at the front is now stunned. That's pretty good. Let's go for a smite. A nice heavy hit on him. 8 damage. Basic attack. He loses his turn to the stun. That's fine. Let's go for a bleed hit. There we go, 9 damage, and he's now bleeding. 12 HP, 10. Goes for the AoE. Dodges it both, okay. And let's just go for the smack on the head. Finish him off.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Lovely. 2 deeds, 1600 gold, and the completed dungeon. I believe if we click continue adventuring, we can open this chest and just see what's in it. Bandit's trap chest. Something doesn't look quite right with this one, I see. So this is a trap chest. Maybe if I had a key I could open it, but I do not have a key, so we shall leave it. It's a trap chest. Pretty good, thanks, mate. Thanks for, Zenith. Zenith, yeah, thank you very much. Pretty good, thanks. Not my first time playing Darkest Dungeon, but it's been a long time since I played. So Reynold here, our Crusader, he got a quirk. Let's see what he got. He got the Clotter. He is 15% more resistant to bleeding, which is very good. This is excellent. Right then.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
I've not got all the DLC, Lucy. In fact, I've not got any of the DLC. I haven't played this game since the DLC came out, so it's not through any kind of protest, just I haven't had a chance to play it. Okay, so... well, I've had plenty of chance, I've just not played it. Are you going to name the characters after you, plebs? Oh, go on then. I think I should... yeah, definitely. Right, in that case, what I need to do is I need to go to the stagecoach, first of all.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you guys, actually.
Yeah.
Arum dude, love the stream, don't die. Yeah, no worries. We're just getting started. You won't love the stream after I've had my way with it. Right, yeah, so this is something I was going to ask. Sorry, it's not even that big of a deal. Is it too loud or too... well, it's definitely not too loud. Is it too quiet? Do you want it just a little bit louder? I don't know whether my voice is... I think it is extremely quiet, isn't it? So let's just get the Plague Doctor and...
better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield.
I'm just going to turn it up just a fraction. About there. That's alright. Sounds fine here. That's alright. I'm just turning it up a little bit. Okay, we've got the Ancestors Tree and the Graveyard. Let's visit the Ancestors Tree.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
This is without the DLC, Zenth. And then the Graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Okay, so... yeah, basically, we've got 4 champions, 4 mercenaries, if you like, that we're going to need to take with us into the next dungeon. So, Basically, do people want to? Who do people want to play? We've got Reynold the Crusader, Dismas the Highwayman, Bolin, and Tang Sog. So if you want to just say, if you want to play the Crusader, say Crusader. If you want to play the Highwayman, say Highwayman. Doctor, Doctor. And this is a Vestal. So yeah, let us know who you want to play, and we'll pick people up. Bagsy the Plague Doctor, that's alright. We'll take Lucy then. I'm not going to sort of write you down by sort of full name. I'm just going to shorthand you, and you tell me. Sorry, Lucy. It's Lucy X. I'll just put Lucy X, capital X, so I know it's that Lucy. So we got Lucy up there. Let's go for. Ooh. Let's go for Blade as our Highwayman. NL Blade. NL Blade is our Highwayman. Our Crusader is going to be Praetorian Wolf. I'm terrible at writing things. Where did the name go? Praetorian Wolf. There we go. And lastly is going to be the Vestal, which is going to be, let's go RN Nobody, or no, R Nobody. Lovely. Now, there's always room to recruit more people, more bodies for the pile. Nobody, there we go. R Nobody. Yeah, that's alright. We'll take people as that. R Nobody. So, here are our first 4 adventurers, if you like, our first 4 mercenaries. We've got Praetorian Wolf, we've got NL Blade, Lucy, and R Nobody. To give you all a highlight, Praetorian here is a sort of a nice frontline class, decent amount of damage, some crowd control, designed to take a bit of a beating. We've got the Highwayman, which is very much a DPS class. He's sort of got high speed, sort of high damage abilities. You can build sort of real sort of shotgun preacher with that. He's a real good character. Nice, solid, sort of all round. We've also got Lucy, who's our Plague Doctor. Looks like she's going to be best from 3rd position here. She's got some backline spells here, pretty good. Emboldening Vapors, yep. All good. And then we've got R Nobody, who's kind of a sort of a backline healer. She's not really got spells that are great, but they're not terrible either. I mean, they're okay. She's got Hand of Light, and she's also got plenty of party healing. So for the start of the game at least, Nobody looks like you're going to be our backline healer. So that's about everything that I can do for the moment. NL Blade and Praetorian Wolf are both tired from going out on the adventure alone, but I'm going to take them with me anyway.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Okay, so there are 4 different areas in the hamlet. We've got the Darkest Dungeon, which is like the end game boss. We've also got the Ruins, the Warrens, the Weld, and the Cove, and each of them have their own unique problems. But obviously we are going to start up here in the Ruins, which actually gives us the reward of a Blight Stone, which is instantly going to be very good on Lucy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab Lucy in 3rd position and Nobody in 4th position, and that gives us the party set up, the usual suspects, which is good. Right, we'll go to the provision now, which is where we buy supplies for the journey.
Measured now in gold, later in blood.
So what I like to do is I like to grab 1 stack of food, which is 8, just for short dungeons, double that for long dungeons. 1 shovel, we've already got holy water and anti-venom. 1 set of bandages, 1 set of those, a key, and 8 torches, just like that. So that's the provision that we're taking into the dungeon with us. Let's see how it goes. No torches, you pansy. God, a no torch run. There we go. Right. No, I don't have any of the DLC actually. I should stress. I've got a few mods on, so you might see a couple. You might see a champion class or 2 that's a bit different, but yeah, for the most part, no mods. So the win condition of this area, if you like, is to explore 90% of rooms, which is kind of good because we've got a little bit of a problem here. We've got a square, which means at some point we're going to have to backtrack on ourselves, which adds a load of stress. So we could actually bypass a room. I'm hoping we get a scout at some point, which means I'll need to keep my torchlight up to see whether some rooms are worth visiting. Also, because Highway and Praetorian Wolf are both... I've already seen a dungeon. They start with no stress, but because it's these guys' first day on the job, they start with 20 stress. So let's try not to add to it. So let's move through. See what's going on. A little bit of stress there. We get a spare torch. Lovely. That helps us keep the torchlight up. And let's go into our first room. Let's light that spare torch, just so if there is anyone in here, we can surprise them. Yes! 2 of them, but we did not get the surprise chance. Okay. So let's see what we're going to start with. We've got Disorienting Blast. We can stun one of the guys at the back. They're only club bonemen. They're not too bad, to be honest. How much does this blade incision do? Does between 4 and 7 damage, as you can see in the bottom right there. And with them having 8 HP, Lucy cannot one-shot any of them. So let's just go for a stun on one at the back. See if it works. Resisted the stun. It did not work. Okay, you can't do anything from this position, so we just go for a party heal. Might as well. Now we get to the meat and gravy of it. So we've got the Highwayman here. This shot does between 4 and 8 damage. Open vein does between 5 and 9. Let's try and go for an open vein. See if we can't kill one of them right away. Not quite. Okay. The Bone Warriors get their turns now. Going for the Crusader at the front. It's a dodge. Praetorian Wolf dodges. And then he goes for a hit on Blade. A dodge as well. Now, we know that Praetorian Wolf has got an AoE attack here. Zealous Accusation. It does 40% less damage. But it is an AoE hit, so let's open with this.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Perfect, and then that just leaves a basic attack from Lucy here to come in and stab the guy at the front.
Give them no quarter.
Excellent. So Lucy loses some stress.
Victories mount, so too will resistance.
And we also have a chest here, an unlocked strongbox. A long-forgotten strongbox sits on the stone-cold floor. The cold stone floor, and its contents is unknown. We'll use the Highwayman to open it. The contents are ours.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So we got a couple of extra stuff here and an extra shovel, which is okay. A couple of extra talismans for both the Hellion and the Bounty Hunter. So nothing for us there, but a bit of extra cash in the pocket. Let's press on then. We need to choose our next room. We do get a scouting run. We want to try and avoid empty rooms if we can. You see, both of them have things in. One of them is a treasure room and the other one is a battle with Curio. So we're going to go for that one here. You can also see with the scout, it has revealed a fight on this room. So we want to make sure that we keep our... what's it up?
Cold stone
our light up.
Bent on preventing passage.
Excellent. So yeah, let me just move my mic a little bit. There we go. Actually put it somewhere in front of me. So yeah, this is one of those random curio checks. If we didn't have a shovel, then we'd have to dig this by hand and we'd lose a hell of a lot of HP, probably 6 HP each, and a load of stress damage on top of that. So thank God we've got a shovel to make it easier on us. Now remember, we need to keep our torch up. Ready for the fight here. Let's see if we get a surprise. We do not get a surprise. Okay, so let's try and go for a stun on the stressful encounter at the back, the cultist acolyte. If we can stop her from casting stress damage, that'll be fantastic for the long run. So let's go for a stun on her, please. The stun is successful and it shuffles her to second position. She loses her turn. That leaves us with our nobody here. Again, can't do anything. Let's just try and go for a crit heal. Nope. Friendly crits lower stress, you see. So, right, Grape Shot Blast. Do we put some AoE down on the table? Maybe. Could be a good start. Let's do that. Let's get some AoE down. Nice solid spread of damage there. Goes in for a hit on Lucy. It's a hit. It's a critical hit for 12. Half of her health is gone. Okay, so we've got a couple of choices here. The Acolyte is probably going to get her turn first, so we want to take her out of the game to stop the stressful incantation. So let's hit her and knock her out of the game. There we go. Goes for a hit on the guy at the front. Praetorian Wolf takes 5 damage, but mostly holds fast. Now, in the third position, the guy at the back needs taking out, so let's leave that to our good friend NL Blade here. Let's snipe him. Perfect. Hits him at the back, lowers himself some stress. And if you want to run forward, Lucy, and try and get the kill on this guy, how much damage does your blade do? Not quite enough. You also can't quite hit them with a Blight Grenade, so just run in, hit them for as much as you can. There you go, 3 damage. Not the best, not the worst. She goes for another hit on Lucy. Another hit. Very low health, but not terrible. What we're going to do is we're going to attempt to stun the guy just so I can get a heal off. There we go, he's stunned. Now, let's go for a heal on Heirloom Chest here, just get her some health back, and then we'll go for the killing blow. Just grape shot his ass. There we go.
Formation is broken.
Lovely.
Maintain the offensive.
So we got a portrait, 2 busts, and 500 gold for that. Lucy's in a little bit of a bad way on 9 HP, but it's not a disaster. You get your HP back as long as you survive the dungeon. It's just surviving the dungeon. For the most part, I want to hang on to the food, so we're going to leave Lucy in the position that she's in, with low HP, ready for the next room, which I believe is empty. Lovely stuff, that's right. So, we've got a couple of choices here now. Which would you guys rather do? Would you rather want to go up to this treasure room, or would you rather go to a curio room, which has a sort of a suspicious item in? What do we think? In before collector, yeah. The treasure room? Curio? Couple for curio? Gold? Treasure? Let's go for the loot then. Let's go for the treasure room up here. Now, we've got another curio check up here. Let's see what's going on. A little bit of stress damage for the highwayman. It's a rucksack. Highwayman, plunge your hands in. See what we've got.
We've got beyond measure.
Ah.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Another skeleton key and a piece of citrine. Let us light this torch, get us back up to high light, and get us into this room. See if we can't get a surprise on them. Here we go. Do we surprise them? We do, which means we take all of our turns first. Good. Let's open up with a grape shot hit from the highwayman. Hopefully it rolls high. Maybe not, actually. We could go for tracking shot. No, we'll open up with this. Nice solid spread of damage, some high rolls. Excellent. We've got Blight Grenade as well. We could stack Blight on the lady at the back, or we could bring her in to try and one-shot this guy. We could also go for Emboldening Vapors or a Disorienting Blast. Could go for the stun, but there's probably no need. Yeah, in fact, actually, let's go for the stun first. Let's stop their stressful incantation. She's stunned and pushed forward, which is good. Let's just go for a heal on Lucy here. You're just going to be keeping her in the game, nobody, until we get you some decent backline spells. Right, the 2 people in front position are actually pretty nasty, but they're not terrible. Now, she's on 10 HP and he's on 10 HP, and this bit does between 7 and 14 damage, which means there's a good chance we'll be able to one-shot one of them. Not guaranteed, but a good chance. This does between 4 and 8, which means we wouldn't one-shot either of them. Let's try and kill this cultist brawler at the front in an attempt to stop him from taking his turn. Wasn't quite a kill. Okay, they get their turns now. Goes in for a hit on the highwayman. Hits for 2, not too bad. We've got a bleed though. Goes in for a hit on the front. It's 6 damage. Praetorian Wolf takes the hit, sorry. Okay, so Blade opens up. He is bleeding, but I'm going to leave that bleed ticking. It's only 1 point of damage for 2 rounds, so it's only 2 HP's worth of bleed. Let us sweep in and try and take Heirloom Chest's turn off her. How much damage does this do? Between 5 and 9. If we roll an 8 or above, then the bleed will kill her next turn. So let's hope we roll an 8. 7, just out of range. She gets her stressful incantation. Goes for our nobody. Hits with a stressful hit. 19 stress. Nasty hit there, nasty hit. Okay. So the only guy left is the guy at the back to take his turn, and the guy at the front. We could either come in and kill the guy at the front, or kill the guy in back position. Because this guy's probably the best from front position, and this guy's probably lacking a little bit in third, I'm going to come in and just kill the guy at the front. There we go.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Now that leaves this lass here to do as much damage as you can. Now, ideally, I don't want anybody here taking any more damage, so I'm going to use the Bulwark of Faith here, so that Praetorian here takes some extra damage. He marks himself as a target, which means enemies are more likely to attack him, but he also gets 25% protection, which means he's less likely to be hurt. Nope, goes for the Highwayman anyway. Interesting choice. Maybe that only works... There we go. Attracts enemies and takes more damage. I guess it's just a chance to attract enemies. Not too bad, not great. Let's go for a party heal on everyone. 2 HP. Not too bad.
Sedated.
We open up first. Let's go for a party heal again.
Soothed. Sedated.
Right. Let's finish off this lady here for the stressful incantation. We want to get rid of her. She was actually going to bleed out. I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. That then just leaves this guy here between 3 and 7 damage. Hopefully we roll high. We do not. He's probably going to get his turn now. He does. Goes for blade again. 3 damage. That's my bad. Made an error of judgment. Now, you can't actually kill anyone, can you? No. Try and clear the bodies. There you go. Bring him into second position. He does need a bandage, but it's okay. We shall knock him out. There we go. Not too bad. We're trying to keep stress down. Again,
Clearly in view.
HP isn't the...
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Stop talking over me. Right, yeah, so not the best. I could have micromanaged that a bit better, but we won. So we've got an heirloom chest here, and we've got ourselves a spare key. So let us open the hidden compartment in the heirloom chest for just a couple of extra heirlooms. Heirlooms are what you use to upgrade your village, so it's good to hang on to them. Now, in terms of rooms, I find it difficult to believe that we're going to have 2 hunger checks. So we're going to eat 4 pieces of food between our guys. Now, the person on the lowest health is Blade here. So we're going to get him to eat 2 pieces of food, and then we're going to get both Lucy and Praetorian Wolf to eat a piece of food as well. Just to keep their HP, give their HP a bit of a buffer in the right direction. So now we move this way. We've not scouted this footpath, so be ready for anything. Let's get ready to... Oh dear, light a new torch. There was a trap, it was dodged by the highwayman, very lucky.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Perfect. Right, in we go. And it's an empty room. We're going to double down here to this curio and see what's going on. Might be nothing. We do have to... Oh. Hit with a trap at the back there.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Okay, so our nobody's taking a lot of stress, so we're going to have to be careful with
The
that.
light, the promise of safety.
Lovely. Yeah, nobody's getting can't beat Wayne June, you're right. So what's this? The weird altar of sorts. Let's see what's going on. So we've got 3 people. We could go for a stun, or we could go for emboldening vapors. Bleed, but they're all skeletons, so it's not too bad. We could stack 4 points of blight, but instead I think I'm going to go for the stun. That's a little bit more helpful. Let's stun their range. There we go, push him forward. Let's go for a party heal on everyone. A nice crit there, lower your stress a little bit. Okay, loses his turn. Going for a hit on Lucy. 7 damage, nasty hit there. Let's go for a grape shot from the highwayman, get some AoE down. Decent spread. 3 damage to the front, armour holds it nicely. Now, you'll note here that because Praetorian is a Crusader, he has 15% damage versus the Unholy. It just so happens that these skeletons are unholy, so he can do a lot of extra damage, between 8 and 15. So let's take their range right out of the game. Lovely. A solid kill. We open up again. Let's see what we can do. We've got our pistol shot. We can roll between 3 and 7. Probably not going to kill him. Our basic attack does between 4 and 8. That is a better chance to kill the guy at the front. So let's try and open a vein despite not having a bleed. Excellent. Blade knocks him out. That just leaves the third guy, who has his turn, but is in position to be hit by Disorienting Blast. Let's see if we can't stun him. Excellent. We get the stun. He loses his turn, and that leaves good old Praetorian here to smack his teeth in. Get him, lad. Perfect. Excellent. Decently micromanaged, that one.
But a victory nonetheless.
An ornate fountain of holy purport. Does anybody remember in chat, because I can't remember, what we need to make this safe again? Isn't it holy water, or is that an unholy fountain? What is it? Well, what do we use for this one? Ever considered being a commentator or a radio host? Soothing voice. Who knows? Which, is it the holy water, is it? Is that the one we use? It's already safe. I think it's always good. I see. It is a holy one. It's always safe. Holy water is for the unholy ones. Use it on the Vestal. Yes, you're right. Let's use it on the Vestal. The water invigorates the hero. 5 health. 10 stress reduction. Lovely. So that one's an always good one. Good to know. We now need to backtrack, which is going to stress them out just a little bit, because we're going back the way we came. And then we go into our second to last corridor. After we complete this room, it's going to say that we've got everything we need, but instead we're going to press on. Okay, so we can't take the jade with us. We've also got shitloads of food now, so let's just grab some people for food checks. Full. There we go. Now, what we probably won't need is, this is worth 375 gold, so it's worth taking it with us. We're going to leave behind our bandages, because bleed isn't too bad, and we're going to take that with us. Perfect. Let's light another torch, keep that torch up. And a hunger check, there you go. This is why you keep your food with you.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Oh, there we go. Let us continue adventuring into the last room just in case we miss anything, and then we can return to the hamlet. There we go. Another shovel check. Into the last room. Let's see what's going on. It's a battle. Lovely. Do we get the surprise? We do not. Okay, so they've got double backline here. They've got one stressful encounter, so let's go for the Disorienting Blast on the stressful encounter. Go for that stun. There we go. Brings him to first position. He's not doing any stressful incanting from up there. Right, we've got our Grape Shot Blast here. Let's just try and stack some damage on the front 3. Not a great spread. Pretty low, but not terrible. Lucy goes in, gets a hit. 7 HP down. Not too bad. Let's just go for a heal. Keep Lucy in the game. There we go. Another hit on Lucy. 7. Vestal doing jobs nicely there. So let's have a look. Smite obviously does extra damage versus the Unholy. There's a very good chance of him killing the fella at the front, but the Sky, it gets his turn next. So we're going to go for a stun instead. See if we can't stop us from taking damage this turn. There we go, he loses his turn. Turns come around again. It's the Highwayman. Who can he kill? There's a good chance of him killing this fella at the front here, or we could go for another Grape Shot. Tracking shot only does between 1 and 2 damage, most damage to the back, and his pistol shot isn't great either, does more damage to back position. We're instead going to try and kill this guy outright at the front here. If we can stop him from casting a stressful incantation, that's going to help a lot. Not quite a kill, he gets his turn. He's debuffed with -1 speed. He goes in for a stab because he's so close to the front. That's pretty good. Right, let's start stacking Blight. You've got a very heavy Blight Grenade. Let's start putting it to work. Okay, Archer is blighted, taking 4 damage a turn. A hit on Lucy takes 4 damage. Okay, we want to start knocking people out now. Between 6 and 11, not great. The Zealot's Accusation could take the guy out at the front and damage this guy. Let's do this instead. It's a dodge. Goes in for a hit on Lucy. 8 damage. She's now on death's door.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Okay, let's keep Lucy in the game here. Heal her off of death's door. There we go. Death's door recovery. They're focusing down Lucy in 3rd position. Blade dodges the stab. Let's go in for a grape shot. Misses the guy at the front. Isn't great, but not terrible either. Shot coming in on Blade. 4 damage. Again, not terrible. We'll go for another heal on Lucy. That's a 5. Big roll. Good. We're getting her away from death's door, which is nice. We're going to stack another Blight Grenade on the guys at the back. See if we can't get Blight on them both. Excellent. Blight takes her. Blight is definitely going to kill that guy. And then we're going to go for the AoE, try and kill these both at the same time. Excellent. There we go. Both dead. And then this guy should get his turn next. Not too bad. We're going to go in for the stab. No, let's throw another Blight Grenade. He's now taking 12 points of damage a turn. Excellent. The Blight Grenades are really powerful. So we take all of those with us, and this Heirloom Chest. We've got a key spare. We take an extra key, and we give ourselves all of these extra heirlooms. And that is that. Little bit of stress damage there for both of these guys. I think you, Nobody, you're going to have to sit it out in town for a while, I think. Kill the light before looting the chest. That is a good shout. We'll do that next time. Get a Plague Doctor with a decent Plague Grenade and you've got yourself a decent backline breaker. It's true. Look at all of the heirlooms we found in that. That's why you take the spare keys, and we've got ourselves a Blight Grenade. Let's see what we've got. Praetorian Wolf here gets the negative quirk of Fear of the Unholy, which is quite bad considering he's good against unholy sources. So, Fear of the Unholy is tricky for him. We've also got Bloodthirsty from Lucy as well. Fascinated with Injury, Wounds and Torture. Okay, so 2 negative quirks for the team there.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
Lovely. Okay. So we now have access to the Abbey and the Tavern. Let's head up to the Abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
So these are ways that people can basically reduce their stress. It keeps them in for a mission, but it's it's a way for people to keep on top of stress. So our Nobody's definitely getting in there into the Abbey for some stress relief. The Tavern as well.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
And this is the other way of doing it, the Tavern. Maybe you're not a religious man and you would rather drink your troubles away. This is the way to do it. So Lucy isn't a soft healer then? No. Cool, so Lucy's obviously taken a fair bit of stress damage here. Her backline potential was pretty damn good. I think I'm going to focus on building Blight with you, Lucy. So let's have a look at the, let's see, what is it? The inventory. Here it is. And let's open Lucy's stat page. We want to give you this Blight Grenade. Yes, you lose 1 speed, but you get 10% chance to inflict Blight, which is pretty good. You also get 10% healing whilst camping. You're obsessed with self-worship and fascinated with injuries, wounds and torture. So, not great, not terrible. We want to sort of prioritise you for sort of Blight casting now then. The other thing that we've got for Blight casting is Noxious Blast, so let us remove your Emboldening Vapours. And let's, can we send you to the... Oh no, we can't send you quite in there yet. Okay, we'll keep your Noxious Blast or your Emboldening Vapours on for now. The idea eventually being that we're going to swap out Emboldening Vapours with Noxious Blast. We're going to have you as our Blight Mistress, somebody who's capable of stacking mad damage. Blade and Praetorian came out of that quite well. They've both got very low stress, but Nobody really needs to get in for some stress relief. Nothing major, but could really do with some stress relief. We're actually going to bring her down to the Penance Hall for the full sort of stress reduction. I think, is that probably a little bit too much? We'll take her up to the Transept instead. Save ourselves some gold. So our nobody isn't going to be available for this turn. Ideally I'd want to get Lucy in for a drink, but she'll be alright with 3 stress. So that all said and done, we need to choose some extra heroes from the cart. We've got ourselves a Grave Robber and another Plague Doctor. So let's bring them both aboard, as beggars can't be choosers at this point.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
So let's see what we've got on here. We've got +5 virtue chance and -20% stress in the Weld, but they do -5 damage with melee and will never drink in town for stress reduction. This isn't too bad. She does have a melee skill, but she doesn't necessarily have to keep this melee skill. Interesting. Well, that's not too bad. Let's take a look at our Grave Robber. 15% damage in the Warrens, and also gets +3 crit with melee skills, which is very good for a Grave Robber. However, she is soft with -5 HP and has a guilty conscience. Bears the crushing guilt of deeds real and imagined. Not sure what that means. She's a very good backliner from the looks of things. So, people in chat, if you want to take either of these characters, just say Plague Doctor or Grave Robber. Let's just change the colour of her slightly so we know she's a bit different from... The colours aren't all that different, to be honest. We'll take colour 3 there. Let's get Finny as our Plague Doctor here. Finny as our Plague Doctor. Okay, we'll keep you as you are. And let's get Fafry as our Gravedigger. Fafry. Pretty sure I did that right. Cool. So yeah, not too bad. Soft, not great, but hey-ho. We've still got a replacement backline for the ones that we're going to leave behind. Considering that we're leaving you behind, Lucy, we may as well get you into the cloister. There we go. Just to get your stress down to 0 for when we pick you up. It's a little bit expensive, but again, beggars can't be choosers. Let's head back out into the crags. So we're at level 1 in the ruins now. We've got a few different choices on what we can do. We've got a apprentice mission. Complete 100% of battle rooms and 3 explore 90%. So let's look at the rewards. We've got the slight eye patch for the man-at-arms, which is pretty good actually, considering, well, if we get a man-of-arms. We've also got the seal, the Defender's Seal, 1 for the Crusader, +5 protection, -1 crit. That's a pretty good one as a base one for the Defender. We've got the Bloody Dice for the Jester, which increases his bleed chance. And we've also got a Redemption Armlet for the Leper, which is +15 damage if in position 1. That is pretty scary, actually. +15% damage just for being in first position is bonkers. Yeah, we're sending you out again, don't worry. And fucking Blade's eager to get out. Okay, let's do the one for the Defender's Seal. It's -1 crit chance, which isn't too bad, but it's going to give Praetorian here the means to stay in the front for longer. It's going to protect him slightly. So let's bring in our new backline here. Finny is best in 3rd position, and Fafry is both good in 3rd and 4th. So let's take this setup out into the ruins again. Now, the provision. We've saved a shovel from last time, apparently, so we only need to stock up on the extra amenities. We've got Laudanum here, a soothing tincture to ensure one's mind against the dark horrors. I guess we'll take one of them. Not sure what that does. That's a new one. We've also got the means to take that. We're going to take an extra shovel, a nice stack of 8 food, a skeleton key, and a stack of torches. +2 for good luck. We're trying to make a profit, so I'm trying to not go with more than the essentials. There we go. Stress reduction, I would guess. Slap shit with a faffing greatsword, yes. Maybe you should get extra food for the heals. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar.
We open up with an immediate scout. Okay, the first two rooms, this is a very long linear dungeon, which means there's no backtracking, but our first two rooms are empty. We've just got additional curio as we go through. So let's pass through here. An extra torch.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of...
We've got a crate as well.
Corruption.
Let's get Blade to plunge his hands in. Stashed heirlooms. 2 extra busts. Okay. Let's just press on. And we know there's a battle coming up, so we're going to keep the torch high. There we go. One more torch. There we go. And we should maybe get a surprise, hopefully. We did. We get the surprise, so all of us get our turns first. Now, again, Finny does less damage. He only does between 4 and 7 with melee abilities, which isn't great, but again, it's not terrible. We should just stack some damage, though. So let's hit the guy in second position for 6. That's actually a very solid hit, Finny. And we've also got the... Fafri here. Let's take a look at the spell. So, Lunge here can hit anyone in the first through third position, but it moves her forward 2, which would shuffle her to the back, him to third, and her to second, which isn't great. We've got Toxin Trickery, we've got Thrown Dagger, and Poison Darts. Let's go for a Thrown Dagger on the back guy. Let's just kill him.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
3 stress down, and also gets +5 accuracy for 3 rounds, which is pretty good. Now the guy at the front, that's the one we're trying to stop, so let's just go for a... Could go for a tracking shot. No, we'll just go for Open Vein. Nice, simple, basic attack. That actually knocks him out in 1 hit. Pretty impressive. Holy shit. So we get ourselves 600 gold to boot. And we also have some curio. Plunge your hands in there for us, mate. What have we got? We've got a spare skeleton key.
Waiting to be spent.
And we've got ourselves a journalist page. Let's read this. Sebastian's watch was his last. We were jolted during our evening's repast. The best we could make in these murky halls of our once great house, from the roar and flash of black powder. We dropped our bowls and hurried to him. All we could find was his spent pistol and a trail of blood leading into a maze of shadows. We press on. That is Trampled Journal, page 1. Apparently 13 out of 22 as well. Treasure ahead, I'd wager. There's nothing in here. We get a scout though. We get to see what's in the rooms coming up, which is nice. Another set of empty rooms. God, what a shit dungeon. Okay, Highwayman, plunge your hands in there, see what we've got. We've got gold and an heirloom, not too bad. Let's keep this high. We've got a fight coming here. Ah, we've got maggots and spiders, not too bad. Right. We could open with a poison dart, but this one being a blight spider at the back, it's actually still pretty weak to blight, so we could go for a poison dart. Or we could just go for a throwing knife, which does between 4 and 9 damage. Very good chance of us one-shotting someone. There it is. Fafri hitting hard there at the back. Excellent. We've also got the chance to attack someone up close with 4 to 7. Let's go for the front. Only 4, not terrible though. Resists the bleed. Let's go for a grape shot. 4 and 4. And then finally Praetorian Wolf goes for the hit on the head. 11 damage. A nice heavy hit there. Perfect. 2 busts.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Lovely. Let's press through. Brilliant. Let's rock and roll to the next room. Then again, just a curio check. Nothing crazy. We've got a hunger check as well. Everyone eats. This is why you bring the food. What's the curio check? Oh, the torch is fading. That's fine. Let's just plunge your hands in there. We get extra loot now as well. Just while the torch is low like this. Oh yeah.
For a task well performed.
Lovely. We'll keep the torch low for now. Oh, need to select a destination room. Which will be this one. We'll keep the torch on low light while everybody's doing okay in terms of stress. There we go. So we get extra loot, and we still get to surprise monsters, but not very much. We get much higher stress hits now. And some onyx, you see. Let us get rid of our bandages. And we also have a crafting table of sorts. Let's see if the Plague Doctor can make sense of it. An alchemy table. A partially intact set of alchemy equipment. Do the chat know what we use here? I'm on Darkest, console guy. There we go. Let's have a look. You can use a torch to get 100% light. The torch oil. Oh, I see.
Is struck.
Lovely.
A blazing star is born.
Might as well take advantage of it if it's there. Let's press down. We've got no scout here. We could bump into anything. It's a trap. Hits Finney the Plague Doctor for 6.
By foul invention.
And a stress hit. Let's press into the next room. There we go. Do we get the surprise? We do not. They get their turn first. Okay, we're going to take some damage this turn, it looks like. Let's get a nice spread out. In fact, actually, let's go for a tracking shot on the guy at the back. Let's increase our damage, accuracy, and crit chance. It's only a small hit, but it gives in the buff. Let's also go for a poison dart, shall we say? Throwing dagger. How much does the throwing dagger do? Between 7 and 9. Could one-shot the guy at the back? Only for 5. It's a low roll. Okay, let's take the hit at the front. It's 2 damage, but 17 stress. Let's start stacking Blight. Let's start stacking Blight in a big way here. There we go. That's going to blight the guy at the back, so he won't get his stressful incantation next turn. Finney takes another stress hit, up to 20. We take some melee damage at the front. It's a crit. Everyone takes some stress damage there, or some people do. Not too bad. He resists the bleed, though. We get a hit at the front. 5. Not too bad. Holding nicely. Okay, we can just potentially one-shot this guy at the front, so let's try it. Excellent.
Another abomination.
Taken out of the game in a single swing. Perfect. He loses his turn to the Blight. You, lass, I want you to go for a blinding gas grenade. Try and stun her. Didn't work, Finney. Okay. Comes in. Rend of the Old Gods. It's a dodge. Side steps. And we get a pull to the front, but it doesn't work. She resists the pull. That's not too bad. Let's get some Blight stacking on the back, lass. Lovely, that's a Blight hit. She's taking 3 Blight per turn. Let's go for a open vein on the closest guy. Let's get some bleed stacked on him. So they're both taking tick damage now. Pretty good. Let's go for the finishing blow. Beautiful, he's taken out of the game. So now it's just that bitch at the back that we need to worry about. Let's go for a pistol shot if we can. 8, nice high roll. She's going to bleed out before she gets her turn. But we might as well hit her with another Blight Dart anyway, just to make sure. She takes loads of extra damage. Not much else we can do here. We could go for a blinding gas grenade. Fuck it, let's just stack even more Blight on her. How much damage is she going to take? 10 damage. Nice. Lovely, so we take everything that we can. We've got an Heirloom Chest. Let's use one of our many keys to open it, which gives us some extra heirlooms. Now, we need to get rid of some stuff here. Namely, we're going to get rid of these spare journals, because they're not worth anything. The gold is obviously worth way more, and these medicinal herbs are probably not worth quite as much, so we're going to get rid of those and take the gold with us. The journals you can take back to the base and store them, but bollocks to it basically. Plunge your hands in, see what we get. We're trying to fill our pockets up on gold. We need to make it a profitable run, which means keeping the torchlight down. Let's fill up this curio as well. The sex contents are ours. We get ourselves 25 gold.
Is only the first test. Now
it's easier if you squint. Here we go, nice and low. It's a fight. We don't get the surprise, but we do open up. So let's start stacking Blight on the back, guys. They've got no stressful encounters, which is nice, so we'll go for a grape shot. Beautiful. What they are going to do is damage. They get higher accuracy because... Oh, and higher accuracy and higher damage. That's not too bad, but we get better loot, but there's no loot in this room, which is a little bit of a pain. Let's stack Blight on the rear too. Let's try and knock out their backline as fast as we can. Goes in for a hit on the front. 8 damage, not too bad. We can hold. We can hold through this. Let's go for a smiting hit on this guy because he's unholy. Not enough damage, not enough damage. It's a dodge. That's good considering. Let's go for another Blight Grenade. Really run it up the flagpole for him. Lovely. Let's go for a Grape Shot hit as well.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Killed. There we go. It's our turn now. Let's start stacking Blight on the guy at the front. He's got 9 HP and he's going to take 11 damage of Blight. Let's get some Blight on the front. Blight stacked up. Loses his turn. And let's go for a stun on this guy, stop him from getting his turn. There we go. Hit him in the helmet. We get the stun. He loses his turn, takes the Blight damage. And then we go and hit him back. Open a vein. Kill him. Lovely. Let's throw a dagger or throw a Blight dart right into his face. Lovely. He ain't doing much. Noxious Blast. Let's Blight the shit out of him. 10 damage. And let's just smack him on the head to end.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Lovely. Loads of extra shite here. So we want to get everything that we can here. This is one of the last rooms, so we need to get rid of things like food here. Hopefully we don't get a hunger check. I'm kind of chancing it, but it's not the end of the world. Can't carry any more of those. This launderdom was worth quite a bit. Let's get rid of this other journal and take that with us. Okay, we're going to continue adventuring. We're going to see if we can't find anything else in this last room. Hopefully we do. We're keeping the torchlight nice and low here. It's a trap. Skillfully dodged there by Fafri at the back. And the torch is about to go out.
Holds much worse than mere trickery.
So we get much more loot. Final room. There's nothing. Okay. Let's leave.
The great ruins belong to us, and we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Lovely stuff. Good amount of heirlooms for upgrading, which is nice. Brilliant. Cool. Everyone gets some ailments. Let's see what we got. We got Took It Out. Minus 10 damage below... Goddamn, Praetorian Wolf is turning out to be a real problem child. Weld Adventurer. We get Stress Eater. 100% food consumed if above 50% stress. And chance to turn any miss into a hit. That's a very good one. We'll keep Fated. We've also got Finny with Clumsy. Minus 5 dodge, but also gets plus 4 speed on the first round. And we've got Demonomania, which believes is possessed by demons, but is an unholy slayer and gets 10 accuracy and 3 crit versus the unholy. Yeah, not great. Praetorian Wolf is really struggling.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Lovely. So we now have access to the guild.
Make no mistake. We will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
And the blacksmith.
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
Lovely. So we're interested in the guild. It's Lucy that we're after here. We're going to get her as our kind of blight mistress, if you will. We've got we've got some decent backline basically, so we want to get some good front line. So we're going to open that for her, and we need to unbind her Emboldening Vapors and stack her Noxious Blast. So now she's Blight Queen Lucy. Finny here, I'm not sure what build path to take you down. I could go for the same kind of build, or I could take you in some kind of support role, which sounds boring, so I'm probably going to keep you just sort of as you are as well, just as a secondary sort of blight stacker. Right, what we need to do is get Finny off to the tavern, I think. The gambling hall's closed, so instead we'll get you up to the church. Let's get you into the transept for prayer. Fafri, you're not too bad. I'm going to leave you with your 2 stress. Then we'll decide how we're going to do everything. It's our nobody here who's got the worst outfit of all of them. He may not meditate in town. That is now a permanent quirk that he's got. A permanent negative quirk. Nothing I can do about it. It's just what he's got. Let's take a look at the guild here. See what nobody can spec into. We're going to try and keep you as a backliner, nobody. So we want to keep you in the sort of the 4th position. So we need stuff we can cast from 4th, which looks like is going to be Dazzling Light and Judgment. So it's 2,000 gold, which isn't great, but it makes you a much better backliner. So that's about that then. Praetorian took to be honest, Lucy took a lot of damage. Her robes give her dodge chance and base HP. I think Praetorian's wolf gives him, yep, just dodge chance and base HP. Let's take a look at the blacksmith. If I'm to drag either of you in, there we go. Weapons smithing and hero resolve level 1. I see, you need to reach level 1 before I can buy you things. Okay, not too bad. The guild, Praetorian wolf. Let's see what you've got. You've got battle heal, you've got holy lance, which can hit the back line, and you've also got inspiring cry. To be honest, I think I'm just going to keep you as you are. You're a pretty solid frontliner at the moment. Blade, interesting. You've got this tracking shot, which is pretty good. You can bypass stealth / de-stealth the enemy. You've also got duelist's advance and point blank shot, which does an extra 50 damage but knocks you back 1 position. There's a very interesting build for Highwayman that you can take to try and maximise the to basically turn you into this one-shot god. So I think I'm going to maybe not build that on you. I think I'm going to keep you nice and well-rounded with the kit you've got, because you've got pretty solid kit at the moment. So we'll keep you sort of as you are, and we'll decide to upgrade you later as we go. Excellent, not much else for me to do in town. Let's take a look at what I've got. Let's get Praetorian Wolf here, who's now really starting to get in trouble. I will say as well that I'm not above sending people away. I'm not above telling you to get lost, as in it's basically dismissing you from the mercenary force. I'm not above that. We can absolutely toe poke you away if it's going to cost too much money and too much time, and it's not worth it. Let's say you've got too many negative quirks and your good quirks aren't super important, then yes, kiss your ass goodbye, because we're kicking you out. You can remove quirks, but we don't have the area unlocked yet. We need to unlock our sanatorium before we can remove quirks. So let's take a look at the stagecoach, see who else we've got. We've got 2 occultists. I'm only going to take 1, however. So let's see who is the better of the choice. We've got Fated, turn any chance into a miss, but he also has -2 speed and -4 speed and -5 dodge on the first turn. That's pretty shit. Let's take a look at the second guy. He's a manslayer and will never drink in town. This one's much more manageable, so we'll take this guy instead.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
So the occultist is another sort of backline-esque champion, or a backline-esque mercenary. So ideally we could do with getting a little bit more frontline. So these will probably be my last backline characters that I get. In terms of what he's got himself a very strong 3rd and or 2nd position setup. So we'll probably just take them as is, to be fair. Who wants to be the occultist? Consider upgrading the stagecoach for more recruits. I could do. At the moment I'm focusing on trying to upgrade a select few. Praetorian Wolf and Blade are both in really good positions because we're able to take them out every turn, basically. We're trying to sort of level them up as fast as we can. Let's go Detsy. D3ZTY. D3TZY. Detsy. So you're our new occultist. Let's give you a red robe. That one. That's it. Right. Okay, so that's not too bad. We'll take Detsy out with us on this one. Haven't unlocked the survivalist area yet. Let's have a look. We'll probably take nobody out. But I don't know whether we'll take Lucy out. We could take Lucy out. Not sure. Got to pick and choose. They're already on the team, so we'll keep them. We'll just drop Fafri out for the moment. Let's see. We've got a Warrior's Cap, +5 accuracy for melee skills. That's pretty helpful. We've also got... oh, that's in the world. Beg your pardon, that's the new area. We've also got a 15% stun chance, a 25% protection. That's for the antiquarian. I think that's one of my modded ones. We've also got a book of relaxation and a bounty hunter's helmet, which is pretty good. I'm tempted to get into the world for the first time. So let's take a look through the world and see what we can do. I want to take our nobody as our backline, and we'll take Detsy in 3rd position. I think that's where you're strongest. Yes, it is. We'll keep Blade and Praetorian Wolf in the party just because we're just leveling them up as fast as we can, basically. Excellent. Let's hit the provision. Now this is a new area, so I want to make sure I've got enough provisions. We'll take that. 1 spade, 1 anti-venom, 1 key, and we'll leave the laudanum because it's quite expensive, and we'll take 8 torches. The King of One Bits is sad now because he doesn't have someone named after him. It's true. There's no One Wolfingerer in this team yet. Here we go. The Weld.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Oh, here we go. We've got these slimes. These are nasty. We're going to want to deal with these as fast as we can. Okay, how much damage can you do in a single hit? You can do between 5 and 9. Try and one-shot one of them. It's only a 6. Resists the bleed. These guys can multiply if we're not careful, so we need to make sure we deal with them, and quickly. Vulnerability Hex we don't want. We just want to knock him out of the game.
As the enemy crumbles.
Smack him over the head. Excellent. Brilliant.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Right, so we've got a beast carcass. I believe you use the medicinal herbs on these, or is it the anti-venom? I can't remember. Which one is it? To chat remember, I can never remember. I'm pretty sure you use the medicinal herbs on this. Or is it the medicinal herbs or the anti-venom? I can't remember. The herbs. There we go. We get an extra 6 food, which is very nice. Let's take this with us. I'm going to keep the torch up initially as we go in here. Okay, we got a scouting run for our high torch chance. There's a trap, a battle, and then a battle room. So nothing too much to fear for the moment. Let's get through our curio. Highwayman, open this chest. Stashed heirlooms? 4 crests. Very good. We also have a trap here that needs disarming. There we go. Now the Highwayman naturally is one of the best equipped for disarming traps, so give it a go. Nicely done. Loses some stress. Let's push through to the next room. Right then, we get a battle down here, and then another battle after that. We're going to keep our torch on 3. There we go, we got the dogs. We do not get the surprise, they go in for the attack first. 0 damage because he's got extra protection. It's a dodge. Lovely, nice frontline tank there. Okay, let's decide what we're going to do. We've got vulnerability hex perhaps. What does this do? It marks the target, which we don't really need right now. Let's just go for a basic stab on the back. There's a very high chance for him to crit with that for some reason. We'll go for a grape shot. Not great. 3 damage. Hits the guy at the back. Let's go for... Oh, we've now got some of nobody's kit. Let's have a look. He's got a self-heal, but he's also got a stun, and it gives +6 to the torch. There's between 1 and 3 damage. Nice. Decent backline stun. That does 5 damage. This does between 4 and 8. Let's see if we can't go for a one-shot. Excellent.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Goes for a shot on the Highwayman. Dodges. Blade swerves away. Everything runs red. Let's see. Eldritch. Got a very good heal, but it's got a chance to bleed as well. Let's just go for a hit on the dog that's not stunned. Knock it out of the game. Lovely.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy
That guy loses his turn.
all.
Let's go for a heal here. Bring him up 4 HP. That brings him up to max health. He's going to take 2 more HP of damage, but that's not a disaster. He should lose his turn now. Not that it matters.
Another
Praetorian Wolf gets the
cleansed from
kill.
our lands.
1,000 gold for that. That was pretty good. That's what we get for Torchlight 3. We've got some curio coming up. Let's get the Highwayman in there. Lovely. Could have been worse, I suppose. Check this one. We also get a scouting run. Let's see what's about. We need to complete 100% of battle rooms. So I want to probably... I don't know. I should probably ignore this down here. There's no treasure or anything. There's just curio and an obstacle. So this next battle room is what I'm going to keep the torchlight high for. Try and go for
Spirits are lifted.
a surprise attack. Here we go.
Clear.
No surprise. Okay. Yeah, no surprise. Literally no surprise. Let's pull one of those very high HP backliners to the front if we can. There we go. Just shuffle up their team comp a little bit. Let's go for a Grape Shot Blast, perhaps. 25% damage versus marked targets. That could be quite nice. Let's just start stacking bleed. Let's try and kill this guy at the front. He's going to hit quite hard, I imagine. He gets a speed debuff, and it also is more susceptible to bleed. Only 2 damage to Praetorian Wolf. He's an absolute beast at the moment. Nice high HP pull. Let's go for a stun on one of their backline as well then. Let's go for a stun on this guy. You look quite nasty. Stunned him. Monsters with high protection. Some monsters has high prot, which absorbs damage. Dots and Blight ignore prots. Okay, so I guess they've got decent protection? I don't know. Oh, he does. He's got 33% protection, so he's like a tank. Interesting. Take an AoE damage to the front. Looks like it was trying to stack Blight. Both of them resist it. Not too bad. Let's just go for a smite attack on the front guy. Beautifully done. Another dual attack on the front. Blight. Both of them get Blight stacked. That's not too bad. Okay, let's decide what we're going to do here. Vulnerability Hex. Let's hit the back guy with a Vulnerability Hex. And then let's go for a stun on... That guy's been stunned already. Let's stun this guy. Lovely. Stop him from taking his turn. He loses it. Lovely. We're getting hit by Blight now, but it's not a terrible Blight. Let's see how much this range shot does now. 4 and 8. That's not as good as I thought it was. Okay, it's only 25% damage, I suppose. Not that crazy. A heavy hit of 7. Even with all that protection, it isn't enough to protect him. Let's just go for a smiting hit. Only 5 damage, not that much. Let's go for a dagger attack on this guy at the back. There we go, 8, a solid hit. Let's go for a Grape Shot now, see if we can't finish off that last one with AoE.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
An AoE hit to the front, more Blight stacked, not great. Highwayman's going to need some, healing or some Blight protection. We're probably going to use the anti-venom on him. Let's go for a stun on, this guy. He gets his turn next. Let's see if we can't stun him. Excellent. He should lose his turn then in that case. Let's go for a smiting hit on him while we are there then. Oh, it's a miss, not great. He loses his turn though. Lovely. So, let's go for an Eldritch Paw. Let's see if we can't pull him in. There we go, bring that guy to first position. This guy, we need to use the anti-venom on. Stop him from getting hurt. Then we need to open a vein on this guy. 6. He'll die next turn if he bleeds, which he does. He'll lose his turn. Let's go for not a stun, but we could go for some damage. Let's go for a heal on the Highwayman. 3 heal, not too bad. Loses his turn.
Gently.
Goes in for a hit. 3 damage, not too bad. Can tank that. They've now got no more Blight, so let's just go for another heavy hit if we can. 9, a solid hit. Our turn next. Let's get the Highwayman to finish him off.
Press this advantage.
Perfect.
Give them no quarter.
Took a little bit of damage there, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, we're going to ignore that stuff down there. We just need to complete the battle rooms, which are out this way. We've got a trap out here. We've got a hunger check. Let's get this guy to eat a little bit of extra food as well. Here's a trap. We'll get NL Blade to disarm it. He's now on 0 stress. Excellent. Let's see what else is here. We've got a curio room coming up next. Let's make sure our torch is lit.
Clear. We require only the strength to follow.
There we go. Do we get the surprise? We do not. They open up. The cultist takes the bite first, gets 2. Let's see. We could go for AoE, but it didn't go very well last time. They all dodged it. So let's just start stacking reliable damage. Let's just go for a tracking shot on the back one. Increase your damage a little bit. And then dodge. Nice. Make some decisions off the back of that. Now, vulnerability hex is pointless. Like I say, you've not got the best skills at the moment, Detsy. We'll customise you a little bit later. Let's just start setting them up to be knocked out. Lovely. 0 damage. Protection doing nicely there. Okay, let's go for a Dazzling Light. There's a stun chance out on one of them. Between 1 and 3. Let's lower this one a little bit. There we go. It's a stun for next turn. He'll lose his turn. And let's decide what we're going to do with these two. Can we one-shot either of them? Potentially one-shot both. One-shot one of them. That's not too bad. He loses his turn. We get to choose next what happens. Let's see. We've got this dog here. There's a potential we could one-shot him. What about with the pistol? No. Let's try and go for the one-shot. 8 or above and we've one-shot him. 7. Not quite high enough. He'll get his turn still. There it is. Comes in, goes for a hit on nobody. Only 2 damage. Not too bad. Does get hit with a bleed, however. Another bite coming in on the Highwayman. Gets the hit. Taking 1 point of bleed damage all the time. That's not too bad. Let's just go for a Dazzling Light kill on... Not this guy, he's going to die. Let's see if we can't kill this guy in 1 hit. 2 damage, perfectly done.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So, we get a vulnerability hex here. We could do that, but instead we're just going to go for the slice. It's a dodge, doesn't quite hit home. Let's instead go for a stun on this dog here, unless this has got a... Oh, that's a pretty good chance to one-shot him. Excellent, let's try that. Praetorian knocks him out, and the bleed takes the hound on the next turn. Lovely. Good amount of gold from that.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
A traveller's tent. I'm not sure what this one is. Does this one need any piece of curio? I can't imagine it does. What do we think? Don't use it. Stress. Nope. So this is just a stress hit, is it? Sometimes it has gold. You'll find a map or I'll find stress. Okay, we'll leave that then. This is why we take the chat with us. Okay, so the last couple of areas. We've got ourselves one of these. I think I need some medicinal herbs for this. There we go. Some extra food, which is nice. We can bandage up. Who's bleeding the most? You're both only... you're going to take 2 damage, but that's fine. Oh, got a fight. Opens with the hound. We'll eat before we go into the next room. The bleed stacks again. Lovely. Well, we should just start stacking damage then. Let's just try and go for a kill. No, can't go for a kill. We'll just do some damage to the hound at the front then. We'll open up with a great shot from the Highwayman as well. Decent spread there. Nice high roll. We've got Fellow Milas here. I think we're probably going to try and go for a stun on one of these. Don't think it does any extra damage. Nope, just normal base damage. Let's go for a stun then on you. Resists the stun. Comes in, goes to hit the Highwayman. It's a dodge. Let's talk about finishing you guys off. Oh, not great. Praetorian misses. Another hit on the Highwayman. Dog comes in for a bite on Praetorian. Only 1 damage. Lovely. Okay, so we've got Judgment here. Let's see how we're going to do this. We could go for a self-heal. Let's just knock one of them out. Let's choose you. There we go. She gets a little bit of health back for herself, despite the bleed. You could go for a grape shot and finish them all off. Let's try it. Excellent. 800 gold for that fight.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So you're going to take a fair bit of bleed damage. You've also contracted a disease, it looks like. Looks like you've contracted a disease from somewhere. I can't seem to fix that with anything I have here. Holy water? Nope, that wouldn't help with that. We'll patch up your bleeding, and then we'll just eat a little bit. Like that. Okay, the torch is nice and lit. We'll come into the last room, which is the treasure room. Lovely. Here we go. Lots of spiders. We do not get the surprise. Typical. Let's go for a grape shot. Let's open it up in a big way. Nice spread of damage there. Got some blight on the lady at the back. Not too bad. It's stress that's the problem, not health at this point.
The will to fight falters.
He feels faint. That's not too bad. Let's knock out there. One of them that still needs to have their turn. Let's knock out you. Crit. Beautiful. Take some stress damage off of him. Amberlest here. Let's also go for some damage here. Could go for a stun, but instead go for a self-heal on one you know you can kill, which is one of these front ones. There you go. Make sure he misses his turn.
The blood pumps.
And then we've got these two. Beautifully done. Excellent. Nice high roll there. Perfect. Now, we continue adventuring. And somebody said turn out the torch.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery.
An unlocked strongbox. The item had no effect. Okay. Let's open it up, see what loot we get. Not too much, not too little. Okay. That was, however, our last room. So we complete the quest, and
the agents of
we move out.
Will yet be driven from our woods.
Easy game, easy life, yeah. Good profit from that one. Not many heirlooms, but good profit nonetheless. Everyone gains something. You've got a disease, it looks like. Resolve level up. Heroes gain Resolve XP for each successful quest. Resolve XP determines the hero's Resolve level. Resolve level represent the hero's veteranship. So I've got terrible indigestion. And directly acts as a stress resistance against the horrors encountered in the dungeons. A low resolve level, the hero tries a higher stress level quest, will crumble quickly under the unimaginable stress of it. So here we go. We've got slow draw. Oh man, dude, you are getting to be a problem. We might have to let Praetorian go. Let's see. You'll only pray for stress relief. That's pretty bad. Unyielding. Detsy. Hylomania, that's not great either. But Unholy Hater does extra stress damage. Praetorian here is in a bad way.
In time, you will know the tragic.
Yo, don't cure the rabies if you can avoid it though. Offset it with the accuracy bonuses. It's basically just 15% free damage, I see. Did we get rabies then? I'm not sure where it says which curse we've got. The sanatorium's now open. We can treat people for illnesses here. Treat diseases, humours and other medical or physical maladies. And then we've also got problematic behaviours. So your fear, 5,000. You also get tuckered out. It's going to cost me way too much gold to keep you, Praetorian. I'd love to, but seriously, look at you. He's got rabies, minus 10 accuracy and plus 15% damage. See, again, that's not too bad. But at the same time, oh dear. What do we think? At the bottom it says the diseases for the character. I see. Fire me. I think it is getting to that point. Let me see who's in the wagon. We've got a Hellion and an Abalist. I'll take both of these.
Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
Yeah, I really can't afford to keep you. You'll only pray for stress relief. And the problem is you're level 2 as well. You'd really be worth keeping. But you've just got far too many problems. Minus 10 accuracy because of the disease. The crit chance isn't too bad, but you do have more damage and extra protection. I'm not sure. There is an achievement if the starting Crusader and the Highwayman survive till the end. The problem is you're just such a liability at the moment. Warrior of Light. Oh, you do 10 damage. See, that's pretty good. That's okay. Minus stress in the world and 10... You'd be a fantastic character if it wasn't for these really bad quirks. In fact, I think I'm probably going to keep you for now, but we need to figure out a way how we're going to buff the stress damage you've got. And minus 10% accuracy is ridiculous. There's nothing I can do about that. So first things first, I'm going to need to cure your rabies. I'd rather not, but I need to cure it. So you're going to be in there for a while. Praetorian's going to be down for the count for a little while. NL Blade, let's see what you've got. You're a known cheat. You're not allowed to gamble. You stress. 100% food is consumed if you're above a certain amount of stress, but you've been really good with your stress, so that's not terrible. You are God-fearing, though. You'll only pray for stress relief. Again, these aren't too bad. These are manageable. Keep him and not use him. Yeah, well, he's got to be a... We're going to keep him for now, just to see if we can pay off all of his ailments, because he is actually pretty good. He's our only level 2 character. Nobody else is even close to level 2 yet, because we've taken him out so much. That's not too bad. Let's see who has a lot of melee abilities. That'll be the Hellion. Parry. So let's open this. We've got the Hellion, which gives extra bleed chance, and the Warrior's Cap. So we'll put those both on her. She's got bleed resistance, but she gets extra stress if on half health, and minus 15 damage on the first round. That's not great. We're going to actually put her into the sanatorium and get rid of this, first of all. I'm leaving that in there. I want to get rid of that. I don't want that getting anywhere near stuck. What have we got here? World Explorer, and very good for a ranged champion. That she has an intense craving for alcohol and is obsessed with food. She's a fat fuck, basically. Right, this is a very good backliner, a very capable backliner. While the parry is in the back, we could name her. So obviously we're not taking the Hellion out yet, but who wants to be the Hellion and who wants to be the Abolest? Just say in chat if you're interested, and we'll sort you out with them. Hellion is a very good frontline champion. In fact, she's pretty much exclusively for first position. Don't fat shame your character. Let's get Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox. You can be our Hellion, and our Abolest we're going to have as No Name 144. Or just call you No Name. There we go. Lovely. Now, let's take a look at Blade, because you're really pulling the stops out here. Can't quite upgrade these yet. Let's see. Weaponsmithing 1. So let's upgrade that and upgrade this. Reduce the upgrade cost.
In the end,
there we go.
Every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
So you get a higher dodge chance, more base HP, and you also get extra damage, extra base damage, a little bit extra crit chance as well. So let's upgrade both of those. So let's give Blade some extra equipment. Not bad at all. Detsy here we need to focus on changing his skill set, because these spells are pretty hopeless in their current format. So let's get him into the guild to respec him. Now we've got this Sacrificial Stab, which does extra damage versus the Eldritch, which we could really use. We've also got Abyssal Artillery, which is good versus Eldritch. We could have you as our anti-Eldritch guy, I think, and I think that's probably what we're going to have. We'll have Abyssal Artillery instead of this Vulnerability Hex. It's also got a good stun chance. What about the Weakening Curse? Minus 30% damage. Good at hitting the back line, that's good at hitting the front line. You can use that from third position. Looks like you're becoming a solid third position character. The heal is pretty good, but it also is pretty bad at the same time, because there's a pretty good chance of you putting bleed on someone. What about this? I should really Reduces the cost to train by... yeah, we'll get
Every
that.
creature has a weakness. The wise hero trains for what he will face.
So we'll get rid of the vulnerability hex and we'll put that in there. That puts you as a solid 3rd position character. Abyssal Artillery, yeah, that's okay. I kind of want to get the... so what's this? That. Extra damage versus Eldritch, that's fine. We've got extra accuracy and extra crits versus humans, which isn't too bad. So we'll keep that as well. What about Fafri here? You had some interesting spells, didn't you? This lunge is pointless because we want to keep you as a backliner. Let's get Fafri in here. So, pick to the face. Really, you're a 4th position. So we've got Flashing Daggers. It's not got much. It hits 2nd and 3rd position. Got Shadow Fade. No. 4th position we want to focus on. This lunge isn't very good. Or it's pretty good, actually. It does a shitload of damage. But it rushes you in from 4th position to 1st. There's a very good finisher, actually. So we could keep that for that and that alone. We don't want that, though. That self-bleed and dodge chance isn't... I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not what we want you for. We've got Shadow Fade here, which is a stun, but you have to be in the first 2 positions to use that. It's also got Pick to the Face. Let's drop it for Flashing Daggers. There we go. Ooh. Flashing Daggers. Okay, let's drop that for that. In fact, no, actually, let's keep that. We'll drop that, keep that, and we'll keep that for now. Shadow Fade is pretty good. Can't push her back any further than it does, but it does no damage. That would be pretty good as kind of a backwards-forwards. Push back 1, forward 2. Not sure I like that. We'd have to have a very interesting sort of shuffle party. Not something I have the room for yet. Okay, so that's going to be that for now. Let's see what else we can do. We haven't unlocked the survival area yet. I've only got a bounty hunter attachment left. Let's see, who would I like to upgrade if I could? No Name, can we get you straight in here? No, not yet. You need to have level 1 resolve. Okay, let us embark on our next adventure. Lovely, we've unlocked the cove. Let's see. Don't really want to go to the cove unless I have to. Plague Doctor, 20% stun chance. That's pretty good. Let's see what we've got up here. Oh, rare for the Vestal. 33% healing positions if in position... 33% healing if in position 2. We could actually re-equip you for 2nd position work. It's very interesting. We could re-outfit her as a frontliner, or do we keep her... It's interesting. Do we keep you as a backliner or as a frontliner? Hand of Light, 15 damage versus the Unholy. You could be a decent frontline. It's a medium... it's a level 3 dungeon. Probably... Unlock this door for Am I Not Cured? No, you stay there. This would actually be very good, but it's very risky, and I'm not sure we could pull it off with our current outfit, especially with Praetorian Wolf. Sending a load of level 1s into a level 3 dungeon isn't my idea of a good time. We could go to the Warrens. That is minus 20% party surprise. That's not too good. We've got a bleed chance amulet for minus 4 dodge, which is terrible. 30% bleed chance, that's on the Jester. None of them are really that great. We could probably go to the Cove, though. Purely because, in fact, what gives us deeds? I need deeds. I don't really have any deeds. Oh my god. Berserker's Mask, yeah. We're not doing this, yes. That's the darkest level. Kill 1 shuffling horror. Good grief. Minus 100% stress, minus 100% damage. Talisman of the Flame. Good god. Okay. I'm not sure which one we should go for. I feel like maybe doing a medium dungeon would be okay. We could just sell that. Let's do a medium dungeon. An apprentice medium length dungeon with a couple of our level 1s. Let's do that. So we're going to take a Blade in second position, as we normally do, but we don't have a frontliner at the moment, which means we're going to have to take Blade in front position, which he's very bad at. You've got tracking shot and open vein, but you don't have much else. Fafry we could outfit for front position, but we've built her as a sort of a go-to backliner. Not great. Nobody. No? We just don't have any decent frontline at the moment. Our only frontliner is Praetorian Wolf and now Mr. Fox, but both of them are stuck in town. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to town and we're going to re-outfit NL Blade for the role that I was going to do before. So rather than keep you as a sort of a midliner, we're going to have you as a heavy frontliner, I think. Yes. Okay. We're going to get you more outfitted for frontline work. Let's embark. Now, we're going to drop pistol shots and everything. Let me have a look here. You want duelist advance from backline, and you also want this from the front line. You want tracking shot, and then you want open vein. This is a very strong frontline build, this is. Yeah, this is a very strong frontline build. You're probably going to want this. Activates riposte, yes. We're going to have you in front position with this setup. In second position, let's see who we've got here. We'll take No Name with us, but no we won't. Too low of a level. I don't really want to take her into a medium dungeon, but it is only a level 1. Let's hope you're worth your weight in gold here. We're going to need you. Let's take Lucy in third position. And who have we got that's a decent second position? Eldritch, maybe? No, not great in second. Fafry, how good are you in second? Can use throwing daggers and flashing daggers from second position, but you can't use your blight. That'll have to do. We'll have to take Fafry in second position. It's not where she's strongest, but we could make this work. It's a pretty higgledy-piggledy mix-up at the moment, but everybody else is either occupied or healing. So we'll take that into the game with us. This is going to be an interesting one. So we've got some spare provisions. I'm going to take a stack and a bit of food, because we're going to be in there for a while. A spare spade. I'm going to take 2 of everything. 1 laudanum and 2.5 stacks of torches. There we go. This one better be worth our while. We paid a lot for it. Let's rock and roll with this. Right. Let's see how we go. This could be interesting.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Okay, so we've instantly been hit with explore 90% of rooms, but this one behind us doesn't have anything in it except a curio on the way there. So that's the room we're going to ignore in our path through. We're going to snake through up to the top. We're going to clear those 2 rooms and then clear those 2 rooms. So we only have a little bit of backtracking to do in the whole game here. Let me just use NL Blade to clear the trap. We've got a chest here. Let's see. Left luggage. What do people think? What do we use for left luggage? Is this something that we just open? Or is this something that you don't need anything for? What do we think? Right. We need a key. Okay. Or anti-venom. We'll go for a key. Valuables belong inside. Let's see, we got 1,000 gold for that. That was pretty good. Let's press on. We'll keep the torch at level 3 for now. Is there a fight? No, it's an empty room. Oh, that's right, we scouted this far. There's a curio in an empty room next. Let's see what the curio is. Let's light that torch a little bit. What's this? A dug grave. Is this one we use a shovel for? This is just going to be me asking chat what we do every 6 seconds. Hoping for a scout next, yeah. Shovel? People think shovel? Shovel? I would guess shovel as well. There we go. Looks like the grave digging pays off. Plenty of crests, which is nice. I don't have enough room for the deeds. I do need the deeds, so we're going to ditch the Lord Nordnum for the deeds. These heirlooms are much more important than items. Okay, it's an empty room next. We're going to explore this next corridor in the... Oh, here we go. Scout. Somehow I got a scout.
Oh, yeah.
White diamond. Thanks very much, mate. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Okay, we're going to check this curio out. Contents are ours. And then we're going to light the torches up for this surprise fight here. Here we go. Lovely. 2 of them. Do we get the surprise? We do. This should be nice and easy. Okay, so instantly we could just go for a bleed hit here with Lucy. We could do, and I think that's what we will do. Gets the bleed. He'll be dead next turn, I think. Yep, so let's focus our efforts here. Let's go for a... Well, we could go for a tracking shot, but I think we should just go for the Nuka-Cola. There we go. For the heavy hit. And then we can just literally just swap position with him. And you could go for a sniper shot, I suppose. Blind fire, heal, Ebola. We got bowler strike. Let's just go for bowler.
Their formation is broken.
There you go.
Maintain the offensive.
Lovely. Dealt with them nicely there. Okay. So far, so good.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So let's... oh, I'm using the arrow keys now. I don't know why I'm using the arrow keys, but we're using the arrow keys. Empty room. Let's press on. Another scout. Combat. And another empty room. Okay, this is good. Well, it's not good because we need to make our money back. Oh, we didn't surprise... Oh, we did surprise them somehow. Well, this makes life very easy. Let's go... We could go flashing daggers. I'm just going to go for thrown dagger into the second position... 3 and 7, 4 and 9. It's a 5. Not too bad. Let's go for an incision hit on this guy.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Let's go for... We can't go for a sniper shot. Let's blind fire. That's a 4. Not too bad. And then you can just go for an open vein.
This advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
Lovely. More blobbies.
These
Blobbies are dealt with.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Right, yeah, it's getting difficult to judge whether it's the torchlight or whether it's just my my room that's really dark.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
There we go. Yeah, it's right. He's right. That's the difficult bit. No scout that time, shockingly. Oh. Stress. Okay. So she touched that because of her ailment, where she can't help but touch things. Hunger check. Lovely. Everyone passes that. Let's get into this next room. And then start our journey north. Keep the torch on 3 light. We don't know what we're going to bump into. Did I miss something there? I did. Tree branch. What do I use for this? Old tree trunk. Perhaps there's something inside. Is this something that I use? That's the one. I went full... Yeah, he went full Dirty Harry, that's right. Anti-venom. Okay, we'll pop some anti-venom in there. Lovely. Some extra stuff. 375 gold. We're actually... I don't want to say we're going to dump the food. No, that's a shit idea. We can dump the... I'm probably going to get rid of the spare anti-venom because there's just one of them on that stack. So we'll get rid of the anti-venom. Again, we're trying to make money as much as we can. Let's light a couple of torches. Ready for this room?
The promise of safety.
Nothing. We get a scouting run though. We have to explore 90% of the rooms. Finally, some combat. Here we go. We can actually camp as well, remember. Which I'll probably use for the stress reduction. Ooh, I totally forgot to check that out. It was right there, and I still blundered into it. It's a good thing Blade is like a fucking champ. Have I played Slay the Squire? No, I haven't. Nice. Here we go. Nice way to start. Let's go Flashing Daggers in second and third. Both of them are debuffed with a bleed resistance down. Let's go for a Blight Grenade on the rear two, perhaps. Or we could go for a Disorienting Blast. No, let's Noxious Blast. Ah, fuck it, we should just kill one, shouldn't we? Let's stack Blight on the back.
Continue the onslaught.
A nice crit.
Destroy them.
Blight on the back. Let's see, have you got any AoE? Not really. You could go for a snipe shot on the back guy. It's a miss. Okay, no name misses there. Let's go for a tracking shot, perhaps. Between 2 and 3. No, bollocks. Let's just blow the front guy away. Whoa! 17! That's the build we like. 17. Holy shit. Damage to the front. Brilliant. Pretty good, Elysian. Thanks, mate. Right. So now we bring you back in to the front. You get parry now, minus 40% damage. You can't really do anything from second position. Why can't you do anything? Oh, you can't do anything to first position. Oh, I don't know. Then just fucking do that to yourself. Have a drink. Again, it's not the best outfit we've got here, but it's not terrible either.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Lovely. We don't want that. We just want that, and then we'll leave the rest. We've got a pristine fountain. Would we say... What would we say here? Holy water? This looks like anywhere holy water would be welcome. Although I can't say I'm sure. Drinking on the job, exactly. Let's see. Holy water. Holy water with the grave robber, I see. Let me just ignore that for the moment. Holy water with the grave robber. There you go. See, chat pulling me through. We get another scouting run as well. We have to go up to these empty rooms here anyway. Because there's not only is there a battle up there, but there's some curio as well. Get ourselves a spare torch, and then we can camp and try and reduce everyone's stress.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. Keep stumbling into the traps. It's a good thing like these two are fucking... These two at the front here are like fucking amazing. Oh shit, hang on. Bing bing bing. Ding 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 ding. Holy shit, we found one. Secret door. I missed that. Wow, okay, that's big news. We're gonna need a shovel here.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Save that fight. I've got 2 keys. So.
With misintent.
Crate is empty. Right, let's keep these torches lit up. Ready for this curio battle here. Another fountain. We do get the surprise as well. We're getting very lucky with this, which is nice. Right, let's go for these daggers in second and third position. I think that's right. Yeah, let's do that. Nice debuff. Just bleed resist, but it's AoE damage. Let's take this front guy to town.
Another abomination.
Lovely.
Cleansed from our lands.
Let's go for a plague hit. No, we could go for a disorienting blast. Let's go for a stun on these blight stackers. Shuffle them around a little bit. And we could go for blind fire. Let's see. Minus 10 damage, plus 4 speed. Let's do that. Let's blind fire one of them. Let's go for the blind fire on the one at the back. 8 damage, pretty good. Get yourself some speed up. Beautiful. Marked damage at the front. She's going to take a hit. Hopefully she dodges. She does not. Fafri takes another hit. Right. Let's go for a bowler strike on these two. Resisted the pushback. Not too bad. Let's bring this guy forward for the advance. Kill that guy. Lovely. He's got riposte. We could go for flashing daggers again, but there's probably no need. Let's throw a knife into the guy at the back. 4 damage. Let's also stack a Blight Grenade on the guy at the back. How much damage does it do? Not quite enough. In that case, then we'll go for Disorienting Blast on this guy. Try and stop him from getting his turn. Gets the stun. Moves the body, moves into second position. He misses out. Another hit. It's a dodge, thank God. Fafri ducking and diving and weaving. Here we go. Let's
Decisive pummeling.
beautiful. This is the beast build for the Highwayman. He just goes around just fucking Clint Eastwooding people. Beautiful. Right, let's go for a blind fire on this guy. And then this guy just needs to just heal up, basically. Not much I can do with her. Bring you in for the final blow. Beautiful. Right, swap you guys round.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, now stress is going to be this one, so let's go here. Pop one of those in there. Hero consecrates the fountain, loses all of the stress. We need to double back now, which is obviously going to be a little bit of stress in itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to this room and then I'm going to camp. There is actually a battle that's appeared behind us. So let's keep the torch up, ready for the surprise.
A blazing star
Any
is
second
born.
now. There it is. 3 of them. Do we get the surprise? No, we don't. It's not too bad though. Let's go for damage in second and third position. Nice solid hit there for both. We can then just go for this Clint Eastwood finish. Beautifully
Executed
done.
with impunity.
Let's go for a Blight Grenade on the back guy. Just knock him out of the game. There we go. And then we've got this guy here. Beautifully dismantled that party there. Holy shit.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and
Camp so you
driven
have
to
some
the
room
mud.
for the secret room. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing in this room here. This is where I'm camping for the night.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
There we go. So everyone's on full health. Everyone gets some stress reduction. Can literally do anything here. Let's see. Minus 15 stress for one companion. Really doesn't matter. Let's prevent them from ambushing us tonight. Let's see. Minus 15 stress for her. And then really it doesn't matter. We could remove any diseases. No. Self only. There we go. Lovely. She gets a shitload of extra stuff. What about the Highwayman? No. What about you? Self only. 30% scouting chance for 4 battles. Remove disease. Self minus 10 stress, 20 HP. Remove blight. Let's just use that. There we go. And then we'll just rest for the night.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Let's keep going then. It's anti-venom for this one, which I do not have, so we shall leave it. We've got to make room for the... Let me just quickly just light up another torch. There we
As
go.
the light gains purchase,
We get the surprise, so it
spirits
was
are
worth it.
lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, let's go for that AoE in second and third position. A crit. Lovely. Now, you, I could go for some extra damage here. Let's see how I want to play this. Let's just go for a tracking shot on the back guy. And then let's start stacking Blight on... Yeah, if we hit you with a Blight Grenade, you'll... Oh, shit, no. Okay, so you won't die next turn. That's not too bad. Let's try and knock him out of the game. There we go. So now it's just these front 2. Blade takes a hit of 4. Not too bad. Takes another hit of 4, down to 20. That's not terrible. Right, you've got yourself some extra damage now. Nuke him. Oh, only 10, not quite. Okay. Disorienting Blast. Let's go for a stun. Got the stun, he loses his turn. You can switch with this guy. You give yourself some dodge chance, actually. Goes for a hit on the Highwayman again. Gets a dodge. Excellent. Could go for a Bowler Strike. Knockback is pointless at this point. Could go for Blind Fire. Could go for Snipe. We'll go for Blind Fire. Let's hit the... Nice. Solidly done. Loses his turn. Let's bring this last backwards. And let's bring you in for a solid hit. Beautiful. Nice high rolls here. Well, I say nice high rolls. They're nice and high, relatively speaking. Let's quickly finish him off with Lucy here. Nice stab. Take everything we can with
Seize
us.
this momentum.
Swap these round.
Push on to the task's end.
And let's get in through the next room. Lovely. Okay. Let's push through. So, like I say, we've got this spare area. Oh, no. Famished. Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. Lucky. Lucky without using the anti-venom. Okay. Let us go through this secret room. Continue adventuring. Oh, could you imagine if I clicked end right there? Ancient artifact. Secret compartment contains treasures. Very nice. Let us ditch the... Ooh, what should we ditch? We could ditch the holy water because we're not very stressed. We've got this. Junior's head, very rare. 30% healing skills, but plenty of extra stress. That's pretty good as well. We'll get rid of our shovel for that. And a couple of extra deeds, which don't stack, so we'll get rid of the bandages for those. Lovely. And then we'll check out the last couple of rooms. There we go. Eat food, throw it away. Yeah, you're right. And a scout on the last one. Combat and a treasure room. Again, pretty good. Let's yeah, you're right. Let's chow down on the food. We'll keep 4 for the final check. We'll make sure our torches are up as well. Just for now.
Lit. The path is clear.
Lovely. Do we get the surprise? We do.
The strength to follow it.
Perfect. Right, we open with the Highwayman's heavy shot. 14. Nice hit. We then open with the Plague Doctor going for a stun on the lady at the back. We don't want her getting her turn at all. Gets the stun, brings her to first position. That's pretty good. You, not much point. Bring you back to second. And then we'll go for a sniper hit on... Oh, we could go for anything, really. Let's just go for blind fire. Give her some extra speed. Let's finish this guy off. Oh, I clicked the wrong person. That's not the end of the world. It is the end of the world. Oh, well, he dodged anyway. That's not too bad. 3 damage. That's not terrible. Stressful incantation on the Abolest. It hits home. 19 stress, still not too bad. Another hit coming in there. 2 to the Grave Robber, who takes a bleed. Let's just go for the finisher. Lovely. Goes for a hit. Damn, that's annoying. I clicked the wrong person now. It's coming back to bite me. Can I... Yep, cure bleed on yourself. Get that dodge. Right, just finish that bitch off. There you go. Lovely. And then you probably want to, oh, I don't know, just sniper, I guess. Whoa! Fucking hell. A bloody good shot, you're damn right. So, we'll take the crests,
Triumphant pride
take the gold.
a dizzying fall.
Can't do anything with the torches. So we'll go over here. There's this curio check. She's going to check it just for some spare food. I don't know why I left that. I just clicked it without thinking. There we go. Do we get the surprise bonus? We don't. I lit the torch a little bit too late. It's not too bad. Let's just move her back a little bit. Let's go for the bowler strike. Nice AoE hit. Resisted the push. 3 damage to the guy at the front. You didn't get the wrong person. Blind fire is random. Oh, I see. Fair enough. Okay, guy at the back is marked. Not great. Let's just get you to start. There's not even any need. Just use your knife. They've all got really low HP. There we go. This guy left. Poison hit, 6 damage. Not too bad. Stunned and blighted. Let's throw a knife into the back. It's a miss. Let's have you... Could have you blow that one away. No, just... Oh, it's a miss. Not great. They get their turns in. They're focusing down No Name at the back. It's a miss. Another focus. 6 damage to the back. Really focusing her down now. Let's go for a Noxious Blast. Get some blight off. Stunned. Not great. Let's finish this one off. And then let's go for a just a normal attack on this guy. Beautiful. Nice high roll there. Right, let's see what we've got. Abomination.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
The Abomination doesn't really have any sort of decent spells for stuff like that, so I'm just going to leave it, to be honest. It's this Heirloom Chest that I'm interested in.
A handsome reward.
Lovely.
For a task well performed.
Excellent. Let's get out of here.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
That is a decent cash haul, that is, and an even better heirloom haul. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, he does. Spit, Blight and Chain Stun are great. Oh, fair enough. That is a lot of crests. Very nice heirloom haul, that one. Okay, so Blade's got a disease, doesn't say which. He's got bad humours, minus 20% max HP, and Lucy has got witness, will not take part in prayer in any activity in town after certain traumatic events. I see.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by.
I want to definitely want to get rid of that max health hit, so we're going to take you into the sanatorium and just try and cure that. It's only 750 gold. Praetorian Wolf is now back out, but he's got some terrible, terrible fucking ailments. I've only just managed to get this money back up, and now I'm probably going to have to get rid of it again. Let's see if we've got another Vestal. Might be worth getting a second Vestal. Yeah, let's get a second Vestal. We need another frontliner, which means we need to upgrade our stagecoach. Hero Barracks, sorry. There we go. Needs instruction mastery level 2, I see. Experienced soldiers. That could be worth it. Okay, let's get a Vestal in.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
So what has she got at the moment? It's okay in that position. What we really want is the good second position. We want her as kind of front line. Let's go Hand of Light. Illumination's good. Divine Grace isn't great. But she's got 3 spells for the front line. The only other front line spell she's got is Divine Comfort. So, okay. So then, who would like to be our new frontline Vestal, our frontline cleric of sorts? Oh dear, stretchy arms. Sorry, let me just refresh Twitch there. Let's get Brightside. Brightside SE, sorry. Just waiting for the chat to just refresh. The Brightside. The Brightside. There we go. Okay, so then. Mr. V Brightside. Excellent. Not too bad at all. Did we get hosted at some point? Did we get Womble raided? Is that something that happened? We must have been Womble raided at some point. Okay. So, Lucy's probably in need of rest for one turn. Stress is actually pretty manageable at the moment. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Let's see. What else would we do? Praetorian Wolf is probably about that time we got your armour upgraded, so let's give you... In fact, actually, I'm reluctant to, simply because I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep you yet, with all of these negative ailments. We'll keep you for now, but... oh, God. Why? Let's take some of our newbies out on the block, then. Let's see in terms of items. What have I got? You've got both of those. What can I give you, Vestal? Here we go. Healing skills. That's for... RB Nobody. Here we go. You take extra stress, but your healing skills are much better. We've also got something for bleed chance, which is not really the department of anyone here. That would be more for a jester. So, embarking. Let's have a look. We're probably going to take Mr. Fox and Brightside as our first and second position characters. And then we need some backline. Let's see. Lucy's on her way to levelling up, but Finney's not really got any XP at all. I want to level up my Abalist, and Detsy could be brought as well. I am restless. You're not too bad. Manic for money, I see. Okay. Choices, choices, choices. We need some decent backline sort of damage, so let's go with No Name in 4th, and let's go with Finney in 3rd. Finney's got some decent 3rd position stuff. That'll do. And let's take him out on the block. So what have we got here? Grave Robber, +2 speed, that's pretty good. We've also got Virtue Chance for an Abomination. We've got +8 dodge, -1 speed for an Occultist. Houndmaster and Grave Robber. Good chance to stun. We don't have any stun builds for Grave Robbers. This is a short level 1 dungeon. Let's try this one out. Nice and simple. Just take the new recruits out on the block. Lovely. Let's try this. Cool. Oh god, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I think we're probably be the last little run as well.
The soil,
oh shit! What a
all good life from
terrible fucking dungeon.
Let
we'll go
us
north.
burn out this evil.
Let's get you. Open that. See what's in there. Stashed heirlooms. Heirlooms are good, but gold is better. Luggage left. We need the key. So we lose our key straight away, but that's not terrible. Keep that torch up. It is a battle. We get the surprise, that's good. Okay, so let's see how we're going to start this off. These guys are quite blight resistant, so maybe opening with a blight isn't the best idea. Could open with a stun on the rear too. Let's go for the double stun. Excellent, so they don't get their turn next. How do I want to play this? These aren't unholy, these are eldritch. Interesting, so these are all eldritch. Illumination, -20% dodge chance, or Hand of Light. Let's hit one of these front guys with Hand of Light. We could just chunk them for a little bit. Not the heaviest hitter, I'll be the first to say. Right, let's have a look. Breakthrough, -20% damage for next turn. It's just an AoE hit. If it bleeds, we could start a bleed, or we could just go for a whack attack. Could go for if it bleeds. Let's try and start a bleed. They're only 20% bleed resistant, not too bad. Let's go for blind fire, random target. Doesn't matter. Suppose I could have focused fire there, but that's fine. Excellent. The back two lose their turn. Second guy gets his turn now. He's lost a lot of health. Only a hit of 4. They could be hitting harder than that. That's not too bad. Let's go for a Noxious Blast on... In fact, no. Let's just cut this guy, try and let the bleed finish him off. Hellion could go for a breakthrough, but instead we're going to get the Vestal to probably do... just a normal melee.
Confidence surges
there
as
we
the
go.
enemy crumbles.
So he goes down. AoE hit on the back. It's Blight. Didn't resist at the back. Let's see. Could do healing, but no, best not. Could go for Bowler Strike, pushing those two to the back and those two to the front. Instead, I think we'll go for a Sniper Shot. Try and hit this guy. Oh, very low roll. Not great at all. We could go Breakthrough. If it bleeds, we could just go for a whack. Between 4 and 8 damage is pretty damn low. Could go for a breakthrough. Let's just go for a basic whack here. 8 damage isn't terrible, I suppose. 1 damage. Been marked. Goes for a hit on the marked target. Takes extra damage. Gets 6. Not great. Abalest opens up here. Let's see what we can do. We could blind fire, but what's the point? We just go for a shot. Try and finish this one off. Still not high enough. No name, not rolling quite high enough there. We've got Incision from the Doctor here. We could throw an Incision in. Bad that we've come to a blight-resistant area. We've got the bleed on. Let's just go for a whack, see if we can't roll high. Lovely.
Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
A little bit of stress reduction there. That's what I like to see. Let's hit the guy in rear position.
Falls,
Perfect.
Faint hope blossoms.
AoE attack to the front. It's a crit. Takes that stress damage right back. Lovely. Right. We've got to try and break through to hit this one. Lovely. Bring her down to second position. That brings her in range of the rest of the kit. Beautiful. Goes for another AoE hit on the front. More blight. Does it stack again? It does. Not good. Let's go for a heal on this guy. Crit. Lovely. Lower that stress a little bit.
The blood quickens.
Let's go for a smack on the noodle. Beautiful. Not too bad. Not too bad. The bleed's probably going to take her next turn, but the doctor does the work.
Give them no quarter.
Perfect. Handful of gems there. Rubies worth, or sorry, sapphires worth 1,000 each. We can't open the extra compartment for the Heirloom Chest, but does take a bleed hit instead. We've got 2 bandages. It's quite a nasty bleed, so we're just going to bandage that up. Lovely. Not great, not terrible. We're taking a lot of what's-it damage as well. Let's put the anti-venom on her, and we'll leave her to bleed out, because she's not got too much bleed on her. Need to keep 4 food for the stat checks. Okay, we've got a fight room upstairs, so let's get up here and try and do what we can. Got some weird effigy here. Is this a herbs one? I think this might be a herbs one. Let's have a look. Is this a holy water? Don't use too much of that food up. Yep, holy water? Water with holes in, yeah. Could use, is it the holy water? Holy water then. Oh. Gets the Warren's Adventurer. Lovely. Wow, there we go. Right, let's keep the torch up for the surprise. Let's kick in the door and say, hello! Here we go. We get the surprise. Excellent. Good start. Okay, let's immediately... let's just start stacking Blight. We really struggled when we didn't stack Blight, so let's... there we go. Just try and start stacking as much Blight as we can. Let's go for a damage reduction on... Who does more damage, would you say? Probably this guy does more damage. So he's debuffed. He has less accuracy and lower damage. Let's go for a sniping hit on this one. Beautifully done. And then let's just start pummeling these 2 down as best we can. Bleed out? So what's this? Buff self, sorry. That's a very heavy bleed. Plus 15 damage modifier, but we reduce our damage for the next turn. Let's just go for a default hit. Solid. 5. See, even with the debuff.
Confusion. Nerves.
Nasty business. It's a dodge. Lovely. Well played. Blight takes her. And then within this one, take another hit at the front. It's a dodge. Very close. Right then, let's keep going to work. Let's go for a Blight hit on this guy so that the body disappears. Oh, the body doesn't disappear, sorry. Could go for a mace smash. Let's reduce his damage. Okay, let's go for a target snipe. Yeah, let's start sniping that back one as they're just out of range for everybody else. Could go for a breakthrough. Okay, going for an AoE Blight stack on the back. Nasty. Lovely, takes another hit there, brings them forward. Okay, Doctor, what can you do for us? Let's finish off this guy. Ooh, not good. Let's get you to finish off this one then. Smash. Take her out of the game. You are probably going to want to apply a decent bleed. You're now doing really not very much damage at all, which isn't terrible either, but it's not great. Let's put a heal on you. Who's he going for? Oh, going for the Vestal again. Brightside, taking a bit of a pound in there. Not great, I'll be honest. We're struggling with this dungeon. Going to take 3 damage. take a lot more than 3 damage if he's not careful. Right, let's go for another heal. Heal the Vestal. Only for 2, it's not very much.
Inspiration and improvement.
There we go. Well, we knocked him out at least.
Success so clearly in view.
Looks like we're going to take a lot of stress damage for this one.
Trick of the light.
Very low on food. There you go. Dangerous now. Quitting the dungeon early is a bad call, but I've clearly come in under-provisioned. We'll have to keep the torch up to try and surprise as many people as we can. Rather than just going for heavy AoE, we need to focus fire on people and try and knock them out as best we can. Oh, she's going in. Hopefully she gets it. Still some meat on the bones. 2. Okay, well I can't pass a hunger check, so I might as well just throw that there like that. Oh, she's going in without checking. It's trapped. She gets hit with Blight. And a nasty Blight as well. 6 HP. Use the anti-venom. Okay, keep the torch up.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
See if we can't get the surprise. It's only jellies, not too bad. Okay, are they blight resistant? Kind of. Could go for that, could go for blinding grenade. They're a little bit stun resistant as well. Let's just start stacking damage then. Not good. Let's go for a breakthrough. Decent hit to all of them. Let's just try and finish them off. That's the first one down. Need to try and kill as many
Executed with impunity.
as many as we can over the shortest time possible. They are really focusing Brightside down. There we go. At least I have more space for loot, you're right.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So there's at least one more battle room somewhere in here. Is this anti-venom or is this the herbs? Is this herbs? This was anti-venom, wasn't it? Was it, or was it the... Oh, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the anti-venom. Because we don't have the thing in our inventory that works with this thing. So I guess I could just reach my hand in with the doctor. There we go. Stashing treasures.
Finding the stuff is only the
Speed
first
stone.
test.
Not too bad.
Now it must be carried home.
Lovely. Oh, a fight. Wow, we've been surprised. Not good. Okay. We need to shuffle... No, we can't really shuffle him. Let's go for a stun grenade on the dog. Right. Need to push you into first position. We're going to lose your turn for it, but that's the price we pay. Now you can barely do anything from this back line here, so I need to shuffle her up the ranks as fast as I can. Let's just blind fire. Excellent. Just going to take a fair bit of damage here. Aboleth takes a bite, it's only 1 damage. Right. Doc, you can still hit from back there. Go for a noxious blast on this guy. Start stacking blights on him. Beautiful.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Fucking hell, No Name like goes through these periods of not being able to hit anything, and then when he does hit something, he fucking annihilates it.
Slowly, gently.
Right.
This is how a life is taken.
Let's focus on reshuffles. There we go. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Need the shovel.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
There's at least one more battle room somewhere, remember? I don't know where it is. This could be it. This could be the last battle room, and then we can get out of here. Okay. Let's just start trying to do what we can. He dies next turn, so let's go for a bleed out hit. There we go.
Fiend.
So he dies next turn. Let's go for a snipe. Goes for a hit on the back. It's only 1 damage, not too bad.
The slow death.
He reanimated.
unforgiving.
There we go. Just keep slashing them, keep working them down. There we go.
Falls.
Perfect. So continue adventuring. Let's see what's in here.
But a victory nonetheless.
2 empty rooms, traps, and a battle. What's this ancient coffin? What do we use with this? I've only got bandages, herbs, and a torch. I would reckon herbs, to be honest, medicinal herbs, but you tell me. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't think there's a good outcome for this one. Try the herbs. I'll try them. Nothing happened. Let's use the doctor to open it. The coffin contains hidden treasures, extra gold and a few more crests. Let's get out of here. Not the biggest money
The
haul,
agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
but it wasn't terrible either. I'd say we just about paid for the trip, but we still made a net loss having to pay for people's rest and skill upgrades. Mr. Fox, you got Bad Gambler. Increased chance of losing money while gambling. We got Last Gap, which is nice, positive for Finny, and Thin Blooded for No Name. Not terrible afflictions, but not great ones either.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Brilliant. Okay, well, that's about it for now then. We've unlocked the Survivalist and Nomad wagons, but we'll do those next time. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and all of that. And I trust you to filter on off to your appropriate ZF aficionado for the evening, or sorry, the afternoon. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that little slice there of Darkest Dungeon. Going to be playing some more of this. It's one of those games. It's very good to get into, but it's I don't know. I kind of struggle to get into the game. I don't know why. There's just this barrier somewhere. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Take care, guys. Bye.